fantastic job cleaning up downstairs, the carpeting and everything, but Long Island did have their celebration last night, and they are in. It is kind of sad to report that the Revs are down to an elimination number of 1. That is Lancaster's magic number heading into play tonight. So the Revs are not eliminated yet, but they would have to win every game and have Lancaster lose every game remaining. That is their only chance to advance to postseason play. Still, though, it's been a fantastic second half, even with last night's loss. 10 games over 500 at 37 and 27. And tonight, going for the series victory, it'll be Rommie Lewis on the mound. 9-10, an ERA of 3.89. Lefty Joe Bircher will go for Long Island. He was roughed up in his debut start for the Ducks. And Bircher coming in tonight, 3 2/3 innings, 7 runs, a 17-18 ERA through one start. It'll be a much different lineup for the Ducks tonight, who are resting a lot of their regulars after clinching their postseason berth last night. They're getting ready to face Somerset next week in the Liberty Division Series. Coming up here, we'll get you ready for the Revs' continued push, trying to stay alive tonight. And on our pregame interview tonight, James Simmons is our guest. Had a chance to catch up with him outside the Revs clubhouse here a few minutes ago. We'll hear from Simmons in just a moment. Mace will join us coming up shortly as well. First pitch tonight set for 6:30. A gorgeous night here in York on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Want to learn to skate? Want to suit up and learn how to play some hockey? Come to the coolest place in town, York Ice Arena. Learn to skate programs are now available for all ages, for every skating ability. Kids of all ages will learn how to feel comfortable on ice, how to stand, and perhaps most importantly, how to fall properly. Class levels range from beginner to freestyle, where you'll learn basic jumps, spins, and footwork. Classes are taught by York Ice Arena skating instructors from White Rose Figure Skating Club. No skates? No problem. Skate rental is included in your registration. Or get on the ice for our York Ice Arena hockey programs. York Ice Arena coaches will focus on teaching proper techniques needed for anyone interested in playing hockey. Rental equipment is available for beginning players, both boys and girls. So get on the ice. Learn to skate. Learn to play. Sign up now. Group skating lessons and beginners hockey programs are forming now. Plus, York City residents get a 50% discount. Register today. Go to yorkskate.com and click on program info. York Ice Arena, the coolest place in town.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. Our winning team offers everything from concussion management and sports nutrition to physical therapy and more. For more information, call 877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you'll automatically receive your savings and rewards. And you'll get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Nell's, Saubles, Wetzel's, Chris's New Oxford, and Stauffer's Downingtown markets. So get into the game with some great savings at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Always a hit and always a great catch.
Revolution!
Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have a huge final homestand planned, and it's easy for you to be there with the September six-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food. So head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September six-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs getting set to host the Long Island Ducks tonight, and a little while ago caught up with Revs outfielder James Simmons. He is our pregame guest tonight.
Well, James, thanks very much for the time here in the pregame tonight. And, we had seen you do some damage to us over the years. I was pretty excited to see you join the team back at the start of the second half. How have you enjoyed your time here in York?
It's been a great experience for me, just for the fact that I'm playing with a couple guys that I know and that I grew up with in the league playing. So, like you said in the past, I did kind of smash y'all a little bit, but I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to play here every day.
What was the experience like when you came here as a visiting player? Was this kind of a preferred place to come to in the league?
For me, yes, just for the fact because, in the past I was able to hit home runs left and right. So it's a good stadium, great crowd. The best fans, I believe, just for the fact because, they're into the game. They're paying attention, and you got Cannonball George. Charlie. Yeah. I always get it wrong for some reason, but oh well. Then you got the wall over there, and they get into it. So.
When a new guy arrives, is the trick to not let him know about Cannonball Charlie and see what the reaction is? And did that happen to you your first time?
Yeah. I believe so. The trick is not let him know to see if he'll react to it or get scared or whatnot. But when I first came here, I didn't expect it, and it kind of frightened me. Then again, it kind of woke me up as well, so who knows?
Talking with James Simmons. Well, I've heard from a couple of fans that actually spoke to you when you were with the Bluefish and playing here. You had gotten to know a few of them as an opposing player. How much interaction are you able to pull off during a game and get to know them a little bit? And certainly, now that you call this place home.
Yeah, we talk here and there, mostly just during or in between ABs when I'm on deck or whatnot. We say hello and we get a couple words here and there. Other than that, if I see him out around in town, then we have a conversation, but predominantly not really.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. We don't see each other. Plus, we look different.
Yeah.
Not in uniform, so they don't know if we're York Revolution or just a regular person. So it's okay.
That's true. And you had mentioned some former teammates here. I know we've got a lot of former Bluefish that have come together here. Anybody else that you had played with earlier in your career, or is it mostly the former Bridgeport guys that you're here together again with?
Former Bridgeport guys, and then knowing the guys playing in the league.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's a good group of guys. Team chemistry is always there. So we're having fun. Hopefully Lancaster can lose, and hopefully we keep on winning. So.
Yeah. And you're from Irving, Texas originally. Are you still living there now?
Yes, I am. Actually moving to Dallas, Fort Worth area. That's not in Irving, but it's in the Metroplex.
What's Irving like? And was the Cowboys Stadium really close to where you were? I don't know how big the town is or anything.
Actually, the old Cowboys Stadium was literally 5 minutes up the road.
Really?
Up the highway. So coming out, trying to go to the mall on game day, traffic. So you had to go down the side streets. Irving, it's a small town. It's kind of like York, but it doesn't have the city.
Yeah.
So other than that, it's cool.
Yeah. Are you a big Cowboys fan?
I used to be back in the day, growing up. Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith. But now, Tony Romo, I'm not a big fan. Playoffs, he can't pull through, so that's what it is.
Oh, you and I got something in common. You're not an Eagles fan, are you?
No, not an Eagles fan. Nah, I'm
not going to push it.
More of a Saints fan just because my brother-in-law, we go over there and we watch, the games and stuff like that, so I'm kind of drawn into it, really, not just born and raised Saints fan, just bandwagon fan, I guess.
All right, fair enough. Baseball-wise, who did you grow up rooting for?
The Rangers.
Yeah.
I did root for the Rangers with Nolan Ryan. That guy threw gas. I always wanted to face him, but couldn't. I was too young, so.
So you are a football fan. Did you play anything other than baseball growing up in Texas?
Football and basketball.
Yeah.
I was a three-sports kind of guy, and started at a young age, probably around, I want to say 7. Actually, football started when I was 7. Baseball, I was 5.
Okay.
T-ball going all the way up till now, and started playing basketball when I was 9 years old. So all the way up till junior high, played 3 sports, and then I started playing just basketball and baseball during the summer. Mm-hmm. And then high school rolled around. I played 1 year football, in high school, basketball all the way up until my sophomore year, and baseball all the way through.
Yeah, very good. And what else? I always like to give the listeners a chance to kind of get to know the guys off the field. If it's not sports, what might you be doing on an off day or even during the day before you get here to the stadium?
No, more or less just, I don't know, sleeping, playing on the computer, the iPad, something like that. I went to school, computer science major, so I'm pretty tech savvy. But then again, I still need to finish up so I can get my degree and whatnot.
I may need your help with some of this radio equipment we use.
Okay, yeah, I'll be able to help you out with that. So,
all right.
Yeah.
So you have, in the next week or so, do you have the drive back to Texas ahead of you?
Yes, I do. It's, well, since I drove to Connecticut, it was 25 hours, so it's going to be a little shorter this time.
Yeah.
So I'll be good to go.
Any big off-season plans?
Go to Vegas for sure.
Yeah.
So that'll be the second trip for me.
And we're catching you here pregame. I see you've got the Beats by Dre on. Is that the routine? Is there any set routine each day? Maybe listen to music, get in the zone a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely want to take yourself away just so you can kind of relax your mind, free your mind a little bit, just so you can go into the game not thinking about anything but doing your job.
What do you have on there today?
I have Drake,
Nice.
new album. I don't even know the name of it, so it's okay.
All good. James, thanks very much for the time. Really appreciate it. Great to have you here in York, and best of luck finishing out this season.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, James Simmons, our pregame guest. We'll check in with Mace on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report up next.
Nobody can turn your backyard into a backyard paradise better than Paradise Landscaping and Hardscaping. The outdoor pros at Paradise offer full outdoor maintenance, landscaping, hardscape design and installation. And when it comes to fall planting, mulching, and cleaning up fallen leaves, you're in luck, Revs fans. Call before September 1st to schedule your fall cleanup and clean up with 10% off. Estimates are free, fully insured. Call 577-6234 or check them out on Facebook. Paradise Landscaping and Hardscaping in York.
Get ready for winter now and save big on your heating oil or propane costs. Call today to schedule your first fill, and don't forget to ask our energy advisors about the right money-saving plan or budget to fit your lifestyle. Lock in your rate and protect your price all winter. Our price-protected customers save an average of $325 per year. Visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-4SHIPLEY, and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy, energy for life.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
It's going to be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOIK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOIK1350.com, or download the WOIK mobile app.
Come on! Colin Cowherd. What? Here's Chip Kelly talking about Tim Tebow once he released it.
I didn't feel like he was good enough to be the 3 right now.
He didn't say backup that just gets in. They're not good enough to be the third-string quarterback. And here's the thing. You can have him on the roster. You can't have him right behind Sam Bradford, who would pull a hammy yawning.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse. For the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup, it's the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Now, here's Atlantic League Manager of the Year, Mark Mason.
All right, Mace, last night against the Ducks, a close game throughout most of it. And what do you think of Matt Neal and the start that he gave you? Obviously a chance to win there through 7.
Yeah, absolutely a terrific start. he pitched for us on Friday. He pitched on Sunday. He pitched yesterday, Tuesday. So, 3 times in 5 days. That's really outstanding. And the job he did, he had good command. He pitched out of the few jams he was in, which wasn't very many, and 2 unearned runs. So, he did everything he was supposed to do, 7 innings, and did a great job.
What happened in the ninth? It seemed like kind of an innocent beginning with the leadoff single, and then a sac bunt. All of a sudden, they have the pressure on. Just kind of singled Steven to death there, kind of.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. 1 out and the runner on second. Obviously you want to get the leadoff guy out in a tie game or a 1-run game. You really want to get him out all the time, but especially in that situation. So they get the leadoff guy on, they move him over. Vega hits, just a routine base hit up the middle. Simmons makes a great throw to the plate. The guy was safe. There was no question about it. He was safe. But it was a great throw, and it was a close play. It was actually a little closer than I thought it was going to be, and and then you get another knock in there, and so it's just one of those things where sometimes once things snowball, they start to snowball. It wasn't like home runs or stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it was 3 runs, and those 3 runs are big when you talk about 2 unearned runs that we gave them early in the game. So I felt bad for Penny. Penny's been a fantastic pitcher since he's been here, and he just ran into a little bit of a rough spot last night. So I thought he threw the ball still threw the ball well. Just, they had some hits that found some holes.
With the offense in the 5th inning coming back against Kern, was that a case of seeing him the 3rd time through and starting to figure some things out against him? I know there were some 2-strike hits and a couple of 2-out hits also.
No, there were, and his pitch count was getting up there, and for most pitchers, once you get to a threshold of pitches, your stuff starts to change. It doesn't have quite the bite on it that it did, or you lose some velocity, or you don't throw the ball with angle anymore. It starts to flatten out, and when those things happen, the ball gets put in play. And Perez came up with a big hit for 2 RBIs, and it just we were just working him, and I think you were starting to see a lot deeper counts than it was early in the game too. So we did a good job of building his pitch count and then hitting some mistakes when we had a chance.
Well, tonight you've got Rommie, and as we get toward the finish line here, how difficult of a task is it for a guy to go from late inning, 1-inning relief to the starts and the consistency and going deep in those starts, which he's pretty much done every time out this season?
Yeah, well, it's hard to do, actually, because the whole thing changes. Your conditioning changes, your throwing program changes, and it doesn't change for like 1 or 2 days or a month. It changes for, almost 5.5 months, and that's not counting what he had to do to build up to get here in spring training. So that's not an easy thing to do, and, I tip my cap to him for being able to do that, and to be able to get his pitch count up there and come back every 5 days. And there were a couple times in the first half where we brought the guys back on short rest, which I'm really not a fan of doing that, especially with guys that are, relievers converted into starters. That's extra hard on them. So, but he's done a great job, and like I said, most of it has been changing the conditioning and the throwing program.
Has he changed his style at all, going from 1 inning to his role now?
I really don't think so. I think he's a fastball guy. He was a fastball guy when he closed. A couple pitches off the fastball, but he's still a majority a fastball guy. A little cutter, change up. But, I think right now his mindset usually is, keep using the fastball and then work the other stuff in when you feel like you have to. But he's aggressive, and he was aggressive as a closer and as a reliever. Even when he was in Bridgeport, he didn't close there that much, but he was like the 8th inning guy, and, he just came right after you with the hard stuff, and that's what he does here as a starter.
All right, mates. Thanks a lot. Good luck here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Broadway Transmission Manager's Report. Rommie Lewis has made his way into the Revs dugout, completing his warm-ups, and Revs will take the field here shortly. The elimination number is 1. They will have to win every game and have Lancaster lose every game in order to get in. But no matter what happens, it has been a tremendous turnaround here in the second half. Lineups for tonight's game, if we have time here before they take the field. Lineups brought to you by Flying Feet. For Long Island, it'll be Phelan Lentini in right field. Delta Cleary Jr., the center fielder, hits second. Batting third and DHing is Mike Blank, who's been their starting catcher the first 2 nights. Elmer Reyes at shortstop is in the cleanup position. Cody Puckett, the third baseman, will hit fifth. They have activated Steve McQuail today. He'll be at first base and batting sixth. Anthony Vega in left field hits seventh. The backup catcher, Alex Marquez, is in there tonight hitting eighth. And Carlos Hughes at second base will bat ninth. So no Lou Ford, no Sean Burrows, no Dan Lyons, no Randy Ruiz in tonight's lineup. Again, it's Lentini, Cleary, Blank, Reyes, Puckett, McQuail, Vega, Marquez, and Hughes for the Ducks. And for the Revs here tonight, they will have Eric Patterson leading off once again. He'll be at second base. Wilson Valdez, the shortstop, hits second. Batting third and DHing is Andres Perez, the league leader in ribbies, +9, entering play today with 83 in the season. Brandon Boggs in right field hits cleanup. Third baseman Brian Pounds will bat fifth. Then it's Talvin Nash at first base hitting sixth. Luis De La Cruz will do the catching tonight and hit seventh. Batting eighth in left field is Nick Ferdinand. And James Simmons, appreciate his time in the pregame tonight. He's in center field and batting ninth. Again, Patterson, Valdez, Perez, Boggs, Pounds, Nash, De La Cruz, Ferdinand, and Simmons for the Revs. And those lineups, once again, are brought to you by Flying Feet. Revs with one final series in the regular season after tonight. They're trying to win this one and take 2 out of 3 from the Ducks as they take the field. And Rommie Lewis heading for the game mound as he goes for win number 10 of his first season as a full-time starter since '03. We will take a timeout. First pitch for tonight's game. The Revs and the Ducks. We'll have it for you coming up next.
You're running cross country. No one understands how they keep score. Your friends and family don't understand why you do it, but you understand how it makes you feel. So does Flying Feet. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes has been supplying running shoes and apparel to Central PA's best since 1975. Their staff is made up of runners and coaches who understand your pleasures and your pains. If it's running or cross-country related, Flying Feet knows about it. And with the area's best selection of running shoes, running spikes, and running apparel, there's no good reason to shop anywhere else. Worried about prices? Didn't you hear? Flying Feet is a specialty athletic store without specialty store prices. Come see their selection of the best running shoes and spikes for men, women, and children. No matter what your size, your width, or your ability level, Flying Feet has a full line of running apparel and accessories. So run, don't walk, and talk running with a staff who knows. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
Revolution! Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have a huge final homestand planned, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food, so head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Getting set to go for game number 135 of the season here tonight as Rommie Lewis begins his warm-ups. A beautiful night here at the ballpark. 87 degrees on the board in left center, but the air feels a lot cooler than that. The sun does tend to beam against that board, and definitely feeling like mid-September as we get into the midweek of the final week. Rommie tonight entering play 9-10, an ERA of 3.89. He's going for his 10th win, and obviously is a longtime reliever. Earlier this season, he set a career high for wins a long time ago. The previous was 5 with Frederick in 06, Bowie in 07. Has a chance at win number 10 tonight. He's tied for 4th in the league with 9 wins. Ranks 5th in innings, 157 1/3. Ranks 5th in strikeouts with 107. And his ERA of 3.89 ranks 8th lowest on the circuit. As he fires his final warm-up, it'll be start number 27 for him here tonight. Opponents hitting 283. The 107 strikeouts are against just 47 walks. And Phelan Lentini will be the first to face him here this evening. Ducks are in their orange jerseys with the gray pants. Everett and Art had the task of washing the champagne out of those last night. Revs are in their alternate golds, and our Dasher Investment Services first pitch tonight is over for a called strike. Underway. Lentini hitting at 296. First pitch time officially coming at 6:38. Here's a swing and a miss on a fastball down low. Lentini may have helped him out, but Rommie will operate with an 0-2 count. And out of the stretch. The longtime reliever fires and missed the plate away. Our plate ump tonight is Doug McFarling. Jim Clayton at first. Joe Del Blaso, the umpire, at third base. And the 1-2. And missed down and away. Lentini, 3 home runs, 20 driven in. Was 0 for 5 here the first night, but 2 for 5 and scored 2 runs last night. Pitch. Swinging a foul tip squeeze. De La Cruz hangs on to it. A fastball at 90 with some late movement. Well, maybe the toughest thing on that play was for De La Cruz to be able to hang on. It changed direction. It was tailing. And Lentini to strike out in the foul tip to begin the night. Now 1 down, and here's Delta Cleary Jr., who we have not seen previously in this series. Comes in hitting at 310, and he shortens to bunt, takes a strike. 310 average, ranks 3rd in the league. Long Island's got 3 of the top 4. Dan Lyons 4th, Sean Burrows 1st. Here's a swing and a ball beaten foul at the plate. And Cleary with speed. He's tied for 2nd in the league in steals with 33. Along with Wilson Valdez and his former teammate Brian Sabatella, who they sent to Bridgeport for Burrows and to make room for Lentini. 0-2. And it misses outside. And Cleary has been one of the toughest outs for the Revs in this season series. He's played 10 games against York. He's batted .412. The stretch from Rommie, the 1-2. And a swing and a foul, first base side. It hits the railing of the upper deck and plops down. Revs head into this final meeting of the season with Long Island at 5-10 head-to-head. A lot of that damage was early. Pitch here is swung on and missed. Rommie breaks off the hook and strikes out Cleary on a curveball. I wouldn't call his 12-6, but it had a lot of tumble to it. And Cleary swings through it. 2 up, 2 down. Here in the top of the first. And Mike Blank, who hits 3rd in the order tonight with Lou Ford having a rest, he'll dig in. Blank DHing. And he swings and misses on a fastball away. That one at 92. Blank at 280 at the plate, 9 home runs, 43 knocked in. Now asks for time and takes a step out. Rommie didn't see that initially. Looking toward the dirt as he had begun to come set. Now ready. And the 0-1. Swung on, jammed him. Ground ball punched to short. Valdez has it. He'll sling it across. It's a 1-2-3, top of the first. 2 strikeouts and a ground out for Rommie to begin his night. At the end of a half inning, it's the Ducks nothing. The Revs coming up.
It's time again for York Mitsubishi's fall sales event featuring 0% financing for 72 months and a $500 rebate on all 2015 Outlander Sports and Lancers. Or try the 2015 Mirage DE, the best price car in America today that gets up to 44 miles per gallon for only $11,995. And finally, the all-new 2016 Outlander 4-wheel drive with standard 7-passenger seating. All Outlanders, Outlander Sports, Lancers, and Mirages get our famous 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Stop by York Mitsubishi and see what we can do for you. Excludes Evo, Rallyart, and iMeave.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879, or my mobile is 487-2096, or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
No score. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Eric Patterson will lead things off, facing the lefty Joe Bircher, recently acquired by Long Island. His first offering is down low. Patterson entering play tonight, hitting at 253. Now the 1-0, and that missed up high. Bircher, a big arm swing, long arm action as he brings it out of his glove, kind of reaches down and back, and then up over the top with the delivery. And he fires a strike in at the knees, 2-1. He throws across his body a little bit, stepping slightly toward the left-hand hitter. 2-1, and a swing and a foul back, out of play. It's almost like a pitching machine. See that long back swing and then straight over the top on the release. Winds, deals, and a swing and a miss. Gets Patterson on the fastball away. It may have been right near the corner. Didn't really try to extend the zone much on that pitch. But notches the strikeout. Bircher was acquired from the Sioux Falls Canaries of the American Association last Friday, for a player to be named later. They also got his battery mate, Alex Marquez, from that league on Monday of this week, first day of this series. Here's Wilson Valdez, who shows a bunt, has to jump and then run away. Pitch inside made him dance out of the way and then stumble up the line a few steps. Marquez, the catcher, was acquired from Kansas City of the American Association. Here's the 1-0, and that's over for a strike. Two new battery mates working together tonight. The 1-1 swing and a miss, and Valdez ended up facing the left field line. Didn't get cheated on that swing. Comes in at 263 at the plate. Bircher, the 1-2. That just missed. Down and away. Good eye from Valdez. The wind and the 2-2. And a foul tip straight back. Bircher made his Ducks debut against Sugar Land Friday night. His team won 9-8. He took a no decision, 3 2/3 innings, 7 runs on 8 hits. A wind, he deals, and a ground ball slapped to second, takes a clean hop to Carlos Hughes. He'll throw over to first for the out. And 2 down in the first inning. Bircher was in the American Association this year for a second straight season. That followed 2 years in the Astros system. He was a 10th round pick of Houston in 2012. Here's Andres Perez. He's DHing tonight. First offering is a called strike on the outside corner. And Perez probably faced him in the American Association last season. Next one is down low. Dre, though, was with Sioux City, not to be confused with Sioux Falls. The 1-1, that's down low. Paul, are they nearby? Are they close to you? No? They're not even a commuter trip? Oh, different states even. Here's the 2-1, and a ground ball speared by Bircher, reaching down to the dirt of the mound. He'll lob it over to first for the out. Perez hit it sharply, but Bircher got down and made the clean glove hand play. Each starter with a 1-2-3 first. We go to the second, no score.
Broadway Transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man.
I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. Our winning team offers everything from concussion management and sports nutrition to physical therapy and more. For more information, call 877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
Start of the second, Elmer Reyes leads off and takes a strike. And Sean Burrows was about to run down and coach first, realized the first pitch was on its way and hit the brakes and did a 180. Now he'll head down. And falls in a strike on Reyes, who's been a force since joining the Ducks. He swings here and misses. Tried to clobber a changeup, and it wasn't quite there yet. No balls and 2 strikes. He's hitting .352. 5 home runs, 11 driven in, and that's only in 14 games. There's the 0-2, and it missed outside. Revs held him to 1 for 4 last night, but first night he was 3 for 4 with a homer, a double. Hit it off the big wall twice. Hit the home run to left center. There's the 1-2, and it missed high and away. A changeup slipped. Rommie coming off a solid start at Southern Maryland, but a no decision on Friday night. 7 innings, 3 runs, 1 earned. Pitch, and a swing and a foul out of play, first base side. He really shouldn't have even given up that, but they decided to eliminate the strike zone for a couple hitters in the second inning. 2-2, and a swing and a pop-up. Nash will give it a look toward the York bullpen and out of room. It lands in the front of the picnic area. Had a season-high 8 strikeouts that night in his last start. Previously at 7 in a game 3 different times. And now fires, and a liner at second off the tip of Patterson's glove, leaping as high as he could. He went to the top and nearly ripped it down, but it just cleared his glove, and it's a leadoff base hit for Reyes to begin the second. Now the first base runner of the night. This is Rommie's 3rd start against the Ducks. He lost 3-0 at Long Island on June 2nd, and then a no decision July 20th as he misses down low on Cody Puckett. 5 innings, 3 runs in both. On the first start on June 2nd, the game time temp was like 50. Here's a drive in right center. Simmons on his horse, deep, and he made a great running grab. He'll heave it in as Reyes has to hustle back to first. And James Simmons, full speed, full stride, runs it down and then ends up with his hands against the fence in right center. 1 away here in the top of the second. Puckett drilled it deep, and Simmons, full stride, reels it in. Onto the track in deep right center. 1 down, and Steve McQuail will stand in. First pitch is outside, a changeup missing. I mentioned Rommie's first start against them. It was like 50 and misting, and he couldn't throw a strike in the first inning. Delivers, and a little flare right side. It gets through. Patterson had him shaded toward the middle, and McQuail pokes it through the right side of the infield. A soft base hit. That's first and second with 1 out. And Rommie, he couldn't help but laugh a little. He had a big leg kick celebration when he got a strikeout to finally end the inning. But after that first inning that night, he was almost perfect to get through 5. But the Revs haven't faced the Ducks much, and he hasn't faced them in almost 2 months. Here's Anthony Vega. First offering is hit in the air, left center. Simmons, Ferdinand. Ferdinand's going to have this one running in from left into very shallow left field. And he gets there for out number 2. That'll bring up Alex Marquez. Recently added Ducks catcher, joined the team on Monday and will make his debut tonight. First and second with 2 outs. De La Cruz, a quick visit with Rommie to get straight on signs. Marquez, who spent his first 4 seasons in the Royals system. Last year was in the New York Penn League with the Nationals. The Auburn Double Days. We don't give them very many shout-outs on this show. First pitch is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. A right-hand hitting catcher, Marquez. Rommie's set at the belt, the 1-0. And a swing and a pop fly foul. As this one sails back into the stands in right. Marquez from Caguas, Puerto Rico. Just 22 years old. Stretch and the 1-1 swung on and bounced softly to second. Patterson waits on it. He gloves, throws to first, and that's the inning. No runs on 2 hits. Rommie leaves 2, and we're still scoreless as we go to the bottom of inning number 2.
Maple Donuts knows that there comes a point in every kid's summer when the feeling of unfettered freedom begins to fold up faster than a picnic blanket at the first drop of an unexpected summer storm. Charlie and his Maple Donuts team understand that all too soon, lazy mornings on the sofa, splashing in the pool, and weeknight sleepovers will be replaced by bus stops, backpacks, and morning announcements. But Maple Donuts says there's a bright side to the first day of school, kids. Because when you stumble into the kitchen that first morning, chances are you'll be greeted by Mom, enjoying her cup of Maple Donuts' famous coffee and sitting next to a back-to-school tradition, a box of Maple Donuts. And somewhere buried in that box, hand-picked by Mom from Maple Donuts' 58 varieties, you may find that, yes, summer is over, but another school year may not be so bad after all. So for every kid coming to grips with going back to school, we say thanks, Mom. And thank you, Maple Donuts.
Maple Donuts taste right.
Joel's Painting and Contracting is a proud sponsor of the York Revolution. They are also a partner in the maintenance of Santander Stadium. Joel's Painting and Contracting is the highest-rated painting company in York and Lancaster County. Now is the time to call for great deals on all of your interior and exterior projects. A community partner with thousands of happy clients. Hit a home run of Joel's Painting and schedule an appointment today or give them a call at 717-471-4273. That's 717-471-4273 for Joel's Painting and Contracting.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
No score, bottom of the second. Brandon Boggs will lead things off. 1-2-3 first for Joe Bircher. He's looking to bounce back and get right heading into their postseason. First pitch to Boggs is a called strike, outside corner. Bircher is an interesting guy heading toward the postseason. He deals, and that just missed a little bit high. Somerset has not seen him, although maybe they'll watch this game. But that, and he's left-handed as he misses down and away, 2-1. So there's a little mystery about him. He's left-handed. He's got a little bit different delivery. The 2-1, and a swing and a foul back upstairs. I'm sure if he's on, he could give some teams some trouble. It's become pretty common practice late in a season. Here's the 2-2, and a foul back upstairs again for playoff-bound teams to try to pluck the best starters from other leagues and bolster the rotation heading in. And get some of those men of mystery on their team. Here's a curveball, tap foul at the plate. Somebody revving an engine nearby right as that pitch was released. Bircher from Omaha, Nebraska. He went to Bradley University. He deals. And a drive in left center field. It's a wide open gap, and it one-hops up and over, right over the fence. A ground rule double for Boggs, who smoked it. And Cleary in center had him shaded the other way. That gap was wide open, and he hit it right in the middle. Now a leadoff double to begin the inning. The Revs look to strike first tonight. And here's Brian Pounds. Pounds at 275, 13 homers. First pitch is upstairs for ball one. I was approached by Pounds earlier today, wondering if I might be willing to trade a wide receiver on my fantasy team. It's a fastball inside, 2-0. And I don't know yet. But maybe we'll talk. Maybe we'll do business. Maybe I'll have my people contact his people. And we'll see where we go with it. Here's the stretch, the 2-0. And that missed off the plate away. Fletch had the highest scoring week in week one, and it came at my expense. I had the second most, but played him. Pounds had a good battle with Bo in the first week. I believe Bo won that one. Pitch, that is just high, and Pounds walks. 61st walk of the year, which is second behind only Boggs, who had doubled in front of him. And those two are on base to start the inning. I want to say hi to two of our younger fans who are tuned in. Leah and Trey Himes are listening tonight. Good evening, guys. Good to have you on with us again. Here's Talbot Nash. Had his 6-game hitting streak snapped last night, but has been red hot. First pitch, a curveball over for a strike. Bircher starts him off speed. Bircher 6'4", 205-pound lefty, 25 years old. Look back at second, he deals, and a curveball hooks in for strike two. Showing off a nice hook there. I'm not sure that he threw it to anybody before this matchup with Nash. He might have been saving that one for the big guy. Already, and the 0-2. Fastball upstairs. Showed up on our board at 96. Is that possible? 1-2. Not that I'm doubting him. Just didn't expect that. Here's the 1-2, and a curveball down and in by Nash's back foot. Bircher for the Bradley Braves for 4 years in college. Now set, and the 2-2. Curveball just missed, a little low. Good eye from Nash, who enters tonight with a .401 on-base percentage. If he had enough at bats, that would, or plate appearances, that would be second highest in the league. Bircher ready. 3-2, and a swing and a miss. Fastball at 90, knee high. And he got Nash to swing through it for the first out. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
No score. Revs with 2 on and 1 out here in the second inning. Here's Luis de la Cruz, and he takes a fastball strike. De La Cruz hitting .277. His last 21 games, he's hit .333. His 5th home run on Sunday at Southern Maryland. The 0-1. Fastball, and Bircher spots it perfectly. Outer edge, at least according to the guy calling it. De La Cruz takes a walk away, not overly thrilled with it. No balls, 2 strikes. And the lefty's pitch, curveball, and De La Cruz couldn't hold off. Appeal to first to confirm it. And he was fooled on the hook and brought the bat around just far enough past the plate. 2 down in the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts. And he wasn't in total agreement on the second strike and then ends up going around on that one for the 3rd strike. After a leadoff double and then a walk, it's going to be up to some 2-out production here as Nick Ferdinand digs in. First pitch is on the outside corner, and Bircher starts him with a strike. Ferdinand's hit safely in 4 straight. The 0-1, curveball grounded foul, third base side. Our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest tonight. David Tawney is our contestant. Good luck, David. If a Revs player goes yard, you win. Prize pack courtesy of the Revs and Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. I didn't mean to choke my way through the word heritage, but I have some allergies tonight. Here's the 0-2, and it's swinging a foul up over the roof, first base side. I have water, but I forgot Claritin. I might even avoid carbonation tonight, which is a really severe stretch for me. The pitch, that's way high, and Marquez almost leaping to squeeze that. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ferdinand at .257 entering play tonight. 10 home runs, 25 knocked in. Stretch from the lefty, he deals, and a swing and a liner, base hit into right center. Boggs around third, he will score, and Nick Ferdinand with 2 outs and 2 strikes comes through with the RBI single. Into right center, it's a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. So many times this season, and in the second half, almost exclusively, the Revs, with a leadoff opportunity, have been unable to cash in with less than 2 outs, but with 2 outs they do. And Ferdinand puts them in front. Here's James Simmons. And Bircher deals. And a swing and a fly ball hit deep. Left center, it is off the base of the wall. Pound scores. Here comes Ferdinand, they'll hold it. And James Simmons with 2-run double to left center on the very next pitch. And in a matter of 2 pitches, the Revs have a 3-0 lead. First pitch swinging, he made a bid at leaving the yard, but hit it off the base of the fence, and he'll take the 2-run double. 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Now has 21 driven in his last 26 games played. Here's Eric Patterson. He takes a fastball strike. On Ferdinand's hit, it was in on him a little bit, but he stayed inside it, muscled it to right center. Simmons on his, he got some extension out over the plate. Now they cut behind from short, and Bircher will step off, just looking him back. I would like to reiterate that James Simmons was our pregame guest tonight. There's the 0-1, and a drive down the line and left, but foul. This will find the seats. Patterson lining it foul the other way. 0-2. 3 2-out runs here in the bottom of the second to open the scoring. On the stretch, and the 0-2. Curveball down and away. Marquez sliding over in front of it. Revs entering play tonight have moved up to tied for second in the league in hitting. They're third in runs, but ahead of Lancaster. They recently passed the Barnstormers for third. In pitching, they're sixth. They moved ahead of Bridgeport. There's a fastball up, 2-2. So here late in the season, as far as team stats, they have moved ahead of some teams they've been chasing. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, line to center field. That'll get in for a hit. And Simmons around third. Cleary the throw. Simmons scores standing. He got a piece of the arm of Marquez reaching for the throw. And as a result, he could not handle it. It's backed up by the pitcher. Patterson takes second on the throw. He ropes a line drive single, and it's 4-0. 4 2-out runs, and Marty Jansen will head to the mound for a chat, and they will give Cleary an error on the throw, which would have been handled if not for Simmons approaching, but when the ball is on the way, he has a right to the plate. He can't purposely obliterate the catcher, but you have a right to the plate, and the catcher, when it's on the way, also has a right to be there. And wasn't a big collision, but Simmons got a piece of his arm. Fortunately for Marquez, he's okay. It probably could have been far dicier than it was, but here's Wilson Valdez. First pitch curveball, bends in for a strike. Patterson roped that thing. It knuckled and top spun down in center field. And when it moves like that, you know you hit it really hard and right in the middle of the ball. Here's a swing and a miss, a fastball to the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Valdez, the 8th hitter of the inning. Grounded out to second base his first time up. The 0-2. And a curveball breaks low and in. Rommie's standing at the end of the dugout watching. He's ready to head back out. The Revs have been at bat for a while. Bircher with his 50th pitch coming up. And a swing and a line drive, base hit down the right field line. Patterson around to score. And Valdez into second with an RBI double. 5 runs with 2 outs in the inning, and it's a 5-0 Revs lead. Wilson Valdez slamming it the other way, his 40th run driven in. As he gets to the round number in RBIs. 5-0. And the Revs, who had the early opportunity against Bircher this inning, it looked like he might get out of it after a couple of big strikeouts. But they have exploded with 2 outs in the inning to score 5. And here's Andres Perez, the 9th hitter of the inning. First pitch is upstairs. He grounded one sharply in the first that Bircher handled. And Long Island now with bullpen activity here in the second inning. The 1-0 and a called strike. Change up on the outside corner. The Revs now with 15 innings this season of 5 runs or more. It's the 10th such inning in just over a month's time. The 1-1 curveball just missed inside. Out of the 15 innings of 5 runs or more this season, it's the 10th that they've enjoyed since August 7th, when they've developed into one of the most potent offenses in the league. Here's a ground ball up the middle, and that's through into left center. Valdez around to score, and the onslaught continues. Dre with his league-leading 84th run driven in, and it's 6-0. A 6-run bottom of the second inning on 5 consecutive 2-out hits. 84th driven in for Dre, and a 6-run second has the Revs on top big here early. And here's Boggs, who started the whole thing. He swings and fouls one back. He led off the inning with a double to the gap in left center. And it took him longer than he probably expected, but he eventually scored the first of the 6. Here's the 0-1, and a ground ball off Bircher, and it rolls away, and Hughes didn't see it at second base. And on to open infield dirt. It'll be a base hit for Boggs, his second of the inning. And it's first and second for Brian Pounds, who walked earlier in the inning. And adding injury to insult, perhaps, for Bircher. He's not injured, but he wore that sharp ground ball right off the legs. And Hughes was screened by his pitcher. The first base ump, or actually the third base ump, Joe Del Blaso, he started towards second, thinking the ball had gotten by Bircher. It had not. He didn't see it, changed direction. And Boggs was safe easily, and that's going to be the end of the night for Bircher, as Kevin Baez is out and takes the ball from him. The 7th hit of the inning, and the 6th in a row, 6 consecutive hits. Ties a season high for the Revs for 1 inning. And they did that previously on August 7th against Southern Maryland, in an inning in which they scored 6. He will leave after 56 pitches, 41 of which he threw in this second inning. And again, after running into initial trouble, he had 2 outs rather quickly. But 6 straight hits have followed. Right-hander Ian Marshall, who's been a starter for the Ducks this season, will take over. This will be his first relief appearance of the year. Now Bircher, who had a quick first inning, looked like he was going to get out of trouble in the second inning, but with 2 outs, the Revs have unloaded. By the way, on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, Southern Maryland with a 2-0 first inning lead in Lancaster. Here's Pounds, who walked earlier in the inning. And he's the first that Marshall will face. Righty's first pitch is grounded to third base. May have broken the bat. Puckett's got it. He'll take it to the bag himself to end the inning. But the Revs receive applause even when this inning ends. That's how good it was. They bat around +2, scoring 6 runs on 7 hits. 2 men left on. We head to the third inning tonight. It's the Revs 6 and the Ducks nothing.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
He's a great, great man. Was Muhammad Ali a thug? He was colorful, controversial. But this is a guy who did something before anybody else did it. And we were okay with it. A lot of us were okay because of how Ali looked. Handsome, well-spoken, and poetry. There was charisma to it. Richard Sherman just came out of a game and started yelling right in our face.
Dan Patrick.
On Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOIK1350.com.
Top of the third, a 6-0 lead for the Revs. We welcome in Paul Braverman. Good evening, Paul.
What's up, Daryl?
The Revs run total, that's what.
I walked right into that one, didn't I?
Some rally. I'm not even caught up on the book. Not even close. Now we start the third inning. Carlos Hughes, how did he get on? As Phelan Lentini takes a strike. I was busy getting caught up. I didn't even see that. Stay hot, right? I didn't even realize the inning had begun.
You're quite the pro.
Yeah. It's only game number 135. Here's the pitch to Lentini, and he swings and misses.
It's like game 6,000 overall.
I know.
Something like that.
I know. That might be the first time that's ever happened to me. Where did he hit it?
It's not the first time.
Where'd he hit it?
I don't know. I wasn't watching either. Okay. I just heard it off the bat. It's not my job to watch that closely yet. Another 6 outs.
Oh boy. Here's the 1-1 and a line drive, base hit to right. Now Lentini singles and the Ducks have their first 2 men on. Rommie did have to wait for quite a while as that marathon second inning was taking shape. Yeah, usually I only miss it when I'm in the food line, but... And you know nothing's going to come between me and that.
I am aware.
There's Delta Cleary Jr., who Rommie struck out in the first inning. And the first offering is outside for a ball. We could mark it down as WW, like Phil Rizzuto used to do. Wasn't watching, but...
I don't know if you quite have the equity built up in this game to get away with what Phil Rizzuto got away with.
He got away with a good bit.
Yeah.
There's a foul over the roof. 1-1.
Well, when you go back in time and play for 30 years, you can do whatever you want.
Rommie the stretch. And he deals. Swung on, launched high in the air and left. Ferdinand lost sight of it. They're pointing, trying to help him, and it lands on the warning track behind him. It one-hopped against the wall, one run in, and both will score. Valdez dropped a potential rushed relay. Probably wouldn't have been able to get Lentini at that point anyway. And both runs score. It'll be a Lost in the Twilight 2-run double for Delta Cleary Jr., and Long Island is on the board just like that, 6-2.
Yeah, Ferdinand just lost it in the lights immediately, and the way that ball started to carry, I thought he was going to get bailed out with a 3-run homer. And he had room, unfortunately, to make the catch as it landed on the warning track and not off the wall. But, you know, that's tough. That happens to any left fielder in any situation at night. I mean, sometimes if it's off the bat right into a light stanchion crowding your field of vision, then stuff like that just happens.
Here's Mike Blank, and Rommie fires a strike on the inside corner.
Just a little bit too high to carry out of the yard.
Yeah, it's got to be a helpless feeling for the left fielder. The infielders were pointing, trying to help, but that doesn't help you see the ball.
I think at that point you're just hoping that you don't take a Canseco right in the top of the head and have to leave with an injury.
On the stretch from Rommie, the 0-1. And a slider, that's over for a strike. Retired Blank on a ground ball to short, his first time up. Well, he certainly didn't want to have the Ducks score right after that 6-run inning, but try to pick up and go from here. Here's the 0-2. It just missed low. Looked like McFarling was thinking about it.
I still like our chances tonight. The day after clinching a playoff spot, the Ducks going with the victory lineup. Plenty of regulars getting a day off today.
1-2, and a bouncing ball to short. Lead runner breaks for third. Valdez wanted to go there. He fumbled it, but recovers to throw out Blank at first. Yikes. Cleary takes third with one away. Valdez saw the lead opportunity in front of him, and certainly you would not teach a player to go there with a 4-run lead, but he loves to do that, and it slipped out of his hand. He caught it out of the air with his throwing hand and snapped off the throw to first, still in time for the out there. Here's Elmer Reyes with Cleary at third and one away. First pitch, a curveball. He swings and misses, chasing up high. 0-1. Reyes is single to right, his first time up.
Well, you're right. It's not what they teach you, but as we know, Wilson marches to his own beat.
He's gotten a lot of lead outs over the last 2 years that most shortstops wouldn't throw toward. Here's the 0-1. That's down low. Reyes with the base hit in the second inning, now hitting .364 for Long Island. 15 games, the pitch to him, fastball just in, made him jump back, but Rommie doesn't get the call. A 2-1 count. Pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air in center. Simmons drifting back. Did he lose? He lost sight of it too. It's nowhere close. It's all the way over in left center. Cleary scores easily, and Reyes makes it all the way to third, and it's 6-3 on the second fly ball of the inning, lost in the sky.
Well, one time it's an isolated incident. Now you got to think it's a trend. I mean, maybe it's just the exact right time of day with a cloudless sky, the exact right tint, and the lights. You know, they're just not seeing it. You know, it's rare, and for that to happen twice in a row, you've got to think that anybody would be having trouble with it right now. But, man, that's an adventure out there in left right now. And that's two different players that have had that issue. We should point out.
They were two very high fly balls, tough to hit them much higher. But Simmons was in straightaway center, which, to be honest, when it left the bat, I thought it was going to be close to straightaway center from here. Ended up, though, all the way over in left center. Ferdinand slid over to pick it up, and Rommie now starts puck it off with a first pitch strike.
Well, we might just have a slugfest on our hands here. The problem with hitting being contagious, as the old adage goes, often it's contagious for the other team.
He's swinging a tap foul, knife down on deck by McQuail.
Once one team gets out to a big lead, the other one might just loosen up and say, well, we've got nothing to lose now. It might take some of the edge off. A game a couple of years ago between the Rangers and Mariners in Seattle.
There's a fastball, strike three called. Rommie right at Puckett, and maybe airing out a little frustration. That one was at 93 for the second out.
The Rangers and Mariners a couple of years ago were scoreless way into extra innings. I mean, they were in the 13th or 14th with no runs, and each team scored 5 that deep in the game to bust up a shutout.
I remember
and
that.
then keep going, and extras tied at 5. So sometimes, you know, the old adage is, whether you believe it or not, hitting is contagious as it pertains to one team. Sometimes it's contagious across the field.
Here's McQuail, who takes a strike. He singled to right his first time. And he got off to a scorching start with Long Island, has cooled since. Swings here, fouls one into the netting, and it's 0-2. He's been named the K-Man tonight. And Long Island has cut the lead in half. Rommie trying to bottle it up right here. And he has his sign. Set at the belt. He delivers. Swinging a ground ball, shortstop. Clean bounce for Valdez. He'll step into the throw and fires it across for the out. At the Ducks, a pair of fly balls that were lost in the sky, contributing to 3 runs on 4 hits. 1 runner left. We go to the bottom half of the third. It's the Revs 6, the Ducks 3.
Whether it's for sport, protection, or recreation, Spar Firearms is the best place to go for all of your firearm needs. With a large selection of new and used firearms, Spar carries an array of brands, as well as ammo and other accessories. Whether you're an avid collector, sharpshooting expert, hunter, or weekend enthusiast, Spar Firearms provides everything you need no matter your experience. For the best in convenience, selection, and customer service, visit Spar Firearms, 6108 Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, and online at sparfirearms.com.
Turn this on.
The Rich Eisen Show.
He is unbelievable.
Rich Eisen.
Let's go to the phone lines. They are lit. Catherine in South Carolina, can I help you?
Yes, I am having emotional distress.
Don't.
I'm going to sue the Jones family.
Don't.
This is crazy. It's the most stupid, idiotic thing. The Jones are screwing this up. And I am sick. I've left work. I'm nauseous. He's strung us out on DeMarco.
Well, what about the idea that anybody could run behind that offensive line? Catherine, you don't buy that one?
DeMarco is family. He and Tony and Jason do everything together. He's family. I just started to be a Cowboys fan again, and happiness has just plunged to despair. What the Jones has done to my emotional state, they should be sued.
Don't go litigious on me here, okay?
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
(6-3) to score. Revs with a 6-run second inning. The Ducks with 3 in the third. And York back to the plate. Talvin Nash will lead it off against Ian Marshall, who's in his first relief appearance of the season. And deals home, and Nash swings and skies one to center. Delta Cleary Jr. sees this one. He's under it and puts it away for out number 1. On our well-spanned sports medicine injury report tonight, Revs with Ian Durham and Brad Bergeson sideline with the elbow injuries. And Anthony LaRue with a broken leg. That's your WellSpan Sports Medicine Injury Report. Here's Luis De La Cruz, who was a strikeout victim of Bircher in the second, but the Revs then would score all 6 with 2 outs. And Marshall's first pitch is high and tight. De La Cruz faking a bunt. The 6 consecutive hits with 2 outs, tying a season high for consecutive hits in an inning for York. As De La Cruz tips a foul, got a piece of the catcher Marquez, his backstop counterpart tonight. 1-1. Marshall in 25 starts, 7-7, an ERA of 4.19. Delivers home and a swing and a ground ball to shortstop, right at Reyes, and he fires it across to first, 2 down.
It's 2 outs, and I haven't said anything yet this half inning.
Well, you were working on your equipment there. Headset's falling apart, isn't it?
I fixed it.
Just the padding part. The rest of it works. Who needs padding anyway? Here's Nick Ferdinand. We were all excited on his base hit last inning that the Revs cashed in with 2 outs and got 1 run. And they ended up with 6 as Marshall misses low.
You never know if you're going to need all 6 or not. I think they saved all the 2-out struggles from the season for that 1 inning. They got a month's worth of 2-out base hits with runners in scoring position there.
And a fastball for a strike. 1-1 the count on Ferdinand. Marshall kicks and fires and nearly hit him. Ferdinand jumps out of the way. Marshall pitched in the All-Star game. He was in the All-Star game last year as well as a member of Southern Maryland. Pitch is over for a strike, 2-2. He was part of an off-season deal, starter for starter. Sean Garceau to Southern Maryland, Ian Marshall to Long Island. Now deals, and a swing and a foul tip off of Marquez again. Ferdinand stays alive. He now has a 5-game hitting streak after that 2-out base hit last inning. 6-3, the Revs lead it. Lancaster down 2-1 in the third on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. There's the wind, another 2-2, and a swing and a dribbler foul toward Polo. So earlier today, Somerset lost in 7, 6-4 at Bridgeport. Game 1 of a day-night doubleheader. 2-2, and a foul tip back into the netting. I'll spit it out. 2-2 it stays.
What do you think about the Wednesday afternoon game in September in Bridgeport?
Probably
that's a rarity.
Yeah. It's a slider down low, 3-2. Well, we always are considerate of the other team and schedule the weekday games on the last day of the series. Not everybody does that. Here's the 3-2. And a line drive into right center. Base hit for Ferdinand. Cleary chasing it into the alley. He'll cut it off. Fires to second, holding him to a single. But Ferdinand now 2 for 2 on the night. Every hit, or actually all but one hit for the Revs in this game have come with 2 outs.
Well, 2 knocks and an RBI makes up for losing a ball in the lights. Didn't you have some sarcastic comment back from the inaugural season? The inaugural season in 2007 about a neutral site game played at Camden. About 12 people and a squirrel watching or something.
No, I counted.
Before Santander Stadium opened. Yeah.
Here's James Simmons who grounds one through and into left. Elmer Reyes at short laid out for it, but it got by. And Simmons is 2 for 2. The 8 and 9 hitters both 2 for 2. Another 2-out chance with Patterson up next.
For those who are new to the party or don't remember, in 2007, the facility here, Santander Stadium, known then as Sovereign Bank Stadium, didn't open until June 15th of the season. So, along with a lot of road games early on, York played a handful of quote-unquote home games against Camden, or at Camden, but not against the River Sharks. And there's something in our historical annals of some game being played in front of a certain number of squirrels.
It was true. As Patterson fouls the first one back to the netting.
Well, because they needed a couple sites to play neutral site games against the Road Warriors, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they certainly didn't want to play in Lancaster as to take away from the opening of the ballpark, you know, just across the river, which was the smart move. So they played a few home games in Camden.
Actually, a couple of those were against Long Island. As Patterson swings and flies one toward the corner and left, but slicing foul. Looked like it might have a chance to find the corner off the bat, but had some fade to it with Vega chasing.
Did you make your own crowd noise for those games, like I can't remember his name now, like Monty and Harry Doyle in Major League? Just listen to the fans get behind this team.
Actually, the noise that day was the stadium cleaning machines, because the River Sharks had home games that night, or those nights. So they had leaf blowers out, and it was just an atmosphere like no other.
I can't wait to read your memoirs.
Yeah, I've got a few topics. Stretch for Marshall. Another 0-2. And a backdoor slider just stayed away. Good eye from Patterson. He's 1 for 2. Had one of the RBI base hits with 2 outs in the second inning. Has a chance with 2 on and 2 out here in the third inning. Revs lead at 6-3. Looking to perhaps answer Long Island's 3 spot. Pitch. Swung on and lined. A base hit to right. Over toward the line. 1 run in. Simmons to third. He'll be stopped. Patterson's in with an RBI double. They do answer back, and it's 7-3.
Well, I have a sneaking suspicion that 7-3 is not going to be our final tonight. Good luck constructing a Revs report out of this game. You know, usually you have 2 or 3 big scoring plays and it writes itself. I don't know what you're going to do unless we have a 90-minute Revs report tomorrow, which we basically could tonight.
That's Ray's problem.
It certainly is. Good luck deciding on the highlights for this one. We could have like an extra long 30-minute Revs report.
Oh, man.
Tell Ray to start writing now.
It's Wilson Valdez who takes a strike. That is their 10th hit in the first 3 innings. It is their 6th separate run-scoring hit. There's a fastball in that almost hit Valdez. And a 1-1 count. 6 separate plays in which a run's been driven in on a hit. Simmons a 2-run double last inning. So they have 7 runs total. Here's the 1-1. And a fastball, a strike called way down. And the fans letting McFarling know what they thought of that. Valdez will look back as well. He's 1 for 2. An RBI double last inning and a run scored. On the pitch, swung on and bounced toward third base. It stays fair. Puckett by the bag, throws it away. High and off the wall, and 2 runs will score. 9-3 here in the bottom of the third inning. It's a throwing error on Puckett, and the Revs have gotten all 3 of those back and lead by 6 again. Once it sailed high, Simmons had already crossed the plate coming in from third, And Patterson from second never slowed down, took nothing for granted. He scores 2. And Valdez makes it around to second base. The Ducks, who lead the league in defense, it's just their 84th error all season. They have like 20 fewer than the next closest team. Actually, that's exactly what it is now, 20. Here's Andres Perez, who looks at a slider for a strike.
Has any team in baseball history ever won the day after they clinched a playoff spot? Probably not.
I don't think we ever have.
Maybe the 1927 Yankees did. I don't know.
There's a fastball cut on and missed, 0-2. I'm trying to remember ours, and I don't think we have. We were off the day after clinching in 2012.
Oh, that's nice.
There's the 0-2, and it's a slider way out. We had the flight day to Sugar Land. So we had off that day. There was an off day before that series. And then I believe it was the first night that Chris Waters threw the one-hitter. So that would be the closest, but yeah, not the next day. Marshall set and deals. Slider down and away, 2-2.
Revolution have sent up 18 batters in the second and third inning thus far and counting.
It's confirmed we've never won.
Never won after clinching a playoff spot?
Not the next day.
It's a rarity.
2-2 and a pop-up way up. Behind the plate is Marquez, drifting back toward the screen and onto the track. He's got it. Had a few steps to spare. So that'll end the inning. But the Revs answer as each team scores 3 in the third. And it's again a 6-run lead. 2 of these unearned for York. As they do it on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. And it all started after there were 2 outs and no runners. Paul will have the call as we go to the 4th. Revs lead at 9-3.
Payne doesn't take Sunday off. Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
It's going to be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOIK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOIK1350.com, or download the WOIK mobile app.
Did you know that Shipley Energy can take care of all your energy needs? From heating oil and propane to providing your home with electricity and natural gas. We also provide heating and air conditioning service and installation. All of your energy needs are under one roof at Shipley Energy. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com. Call 855-4-SHIPLEY and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy. Energy for life.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. First in York, first in sports.
Well, plenty of offense to go around tonight as we creep into the top of the 4th inning. It's been fun so far, a 9-3 Revolution lead. Anthony Vega, Alex Marquez, Carlos Hughes, the bottom third of the Ducks order, lead off the top of the 4th. Rommie Lewis back to work. Ball 1 low and away to the lefty Vega. 1-0 the count. Revs out hitting the Ducks 10-6. They're the first third of this game, 6 in the second, and each club with 3 in the third tonight. Vega pops up the 1-0 pitch foul behind the plate, not a play. So it looked like the Revolution were in danger of giving back the 6-0 lead they jumped out to in the bottom of the second, but all 9 runs tonight scored with 2 outs by York. And the 1-1 pitch called for a strike in the inner half to Vega. 1-2 the count. Vega 0 for 1, popped out to Ferdinand in left field in the second. Lewis deals, swing and a miss. He got him. He was way late on that. And Rommie Lewis with his 4th strikeout of the evening. Bases empty, 1 out, 9-3 York in the top of the 4th. Alex Marquez grounded to Patterson at second in the second. After spending the entire season in the American Association, that was his first Atlantic League at-bat in his debut for the Ducks, acquired 2 days ago by Long Island when they got into town, and he takes a called strike on the outer corner. The righty behind 0-1. Rommie Lewis looking to even his record at 10-10 tonight. He leads the Revolution in decisions and wins. And he misses low and away. 1-1 the count to Alex Marquez. Vega steps out of the box, but it was actually Luis de la Cruz behind the plate that called time, as Rommie Lewis wanted to adjust his footing on the mound, and he did that, and now is ready to go. De La Cruz sets up on the outer half, and Lewis hits the spot. Just getting the end of the bat on it is Marquez, and tips it foul straight back to the screen. 1-2 is the count. Bases empty, 1 out. The Revolution lead it by 6 runs here in the top of the 4th inning. And this one again fouled off. Popped up, first base side and out of play. The Duck batters being a little persnickety, we shall say, about the LED boards in center field, which no other team seems to have a problem with. And it takes a little bit of cojones, let's call it, for a guy that's been in the league for 2 days and his second at bat in the league, and a younger guy, 22 years old, playing with ex-big leaguers, to complain about the sign in center field. Not that it annoys me or anything. 2-2 the count to Marquez now, with Lewis missing high. De La Cruz target inside this time. Rommie hits the spot, and it's popped up into left. Ran in on the hands, a shallow pop to left center on a leisurely jog. Nick Ferdinand puts it away. 2 up, 2 down here for Rom in the top of the 4th. Carlos Hughes, who singled and scored in the 3-run Ducks 3rd, steps in, rounds out the Long Island batting order for the 2nd time tonight. The Ducks' 2nd baseman, just 194 with 4 batted in limited action for the visitors. He's a righty, and Lewis starts him off with a strike that he fouls sharply down toward the Revolution bullpen. Everybody dances out of the way of that one. First base side. Looks like Chong Choi's down there in the bullpen hanging out. It was right at him, and he had to sashay out of the way. That's unusual to see him in the pen instead of the dugout. I was wondering who not in uniform was down there running away from that one. Foul liner, and the called strike on the outer half to Hughes makes it 0-2. Rommie Lewis a pitch away from a 1-2-3 4th. The lefty deals, and called strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. He strikes out Hughes on 3 straight pitches for his 5th punch out of the evening. The Ducks go in order in the 4th. York coming to bat up 9-3 in the bottom half when we return on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Tennis used to be a very polite game. Today, tennis
Ace
raises a racket.
Flying feet.
The style to play and the players are intense, athletic, and hard-charging. Flying Feet Sports Shoes welcomes the evolution of tennis and its battling players with a full line of specialty tennis shoes worthy of the new game. These These aren't stand-around look pretty shoes. These are co-conspirators for the court. Shoes that will endure opponent after opponent, match after match. Shoes that move when and how you move and stop at your command. Shoes that fit and feel good so your feet are ready and able to take that next set. Flying Feet's team includes Asics, New Balance, Wilson, and K-Swiss in widths that fit. And the Flying Feet staff is always on the sidelines ready to help with your selection. Tennis, it's a whole new game. Be prepared to play it well. Flying Feet. Flying Feet sports shoes just off exit 18 of I-83 right behind Domino's in York.
Hi, this is Tom Dasher, President of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in retirement planning and strategies to meet individual personal goals. Whether you are looking for wealth accumulation or to maximize your retirement income. Oh, heck, this is sounding just like another commercial. Hey, listen, it's this simple. We use risk-free investment vehicles, whether you are looking to still build wealth accumulation or you want retirement income or a combination of both. It is all about getting your money parked in the place that will benefit you the most. If you want to do that, call me. My office number is 246-3879 or my mobile is 487-2096 or contact me at my new website at tomdasher.com.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revolution cleanup batter Brandon Boggs in right field will lead off the home half of the fourth. A 9-3 Revolution lead. As right-hander Ian Marshall comes back to work with a called strike against Boggs. 0-1 the count. Marshall has been a starter for the Ducks, his first relief appearance tonight, as they gave the young guy a day after clinching a playoff spot, Joe Bircher, the lefty, a chance, even though he came in with a 17.18 ERA and left with an 18.56 ERA. They can afford to do that. Seeing if the young guy had anything for the Revs the day after clinching a playoff spot. He did not. Chased out of this game amidst the 6-run Revolution second, and they bring in the veteran Ian Marshall to piggyback and go long in this one. Called strike and then tipped foul, first base side by Brandon Boggs. Quickly 0-2 on the switch hitting lefty. As a righty tonight against Bircher, doubled and scored in the second, singled in the second as he got 2 base hits in that inning as the Revolution sent 11 to the plate. And Boggs takes low. The count is 1-2. Marshall deals, popped him up, but foul. This one's well behind the net and out of play. 1-2 to Boggs. Brandon Boggs now leading the Atlantic League with 68 walks. His on-base percentage is .370. And Boggs has the Revolution single-season record for home runs by a switch hitter with 12. 1-2 pitch, missing low and away, and now Boggs behind 0-2 in a 2-2 count. Brian Pounds and Telvin Nash also due to bat here in the bottom of the fourth for York. A staring contest between Marshall and Boggs will step out. 9 runs, 10 hits for the Revolution. Long Island, 3 runs on 6 hits. They've committed 2 errors in tonight's game. The 2-2 swung on and bounced down the first base line. We'll do it again at 2-2 as Boggs fouls it off. And the righties, 2-2 pitch, tipped foul straight back. And once again, we'll do it at 2-2. Ian Marshall last started for Long Island on September 13th in Game 2 of a doubleheader. He went just 4 2/3, but allowed only 2 earned runs on 8 hits, 3 strikeouts and a walk. So that was his most recent action. He comes in as the long man out of the pen tonight. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Boggs is down on strikes, and that's the first strikeout for Ian Marshall here in the bottom of the fourth. Brian Pounds walked and scored in the big second. His fielder's choice ended that inning as the Revs batted around. So nobody on, 1 out, bottom of the fourth. Still a 9-3 lead for the Revolution. Pounds, 275 at the moment with 13 homers and 65 batted in. He takes a called strike. Marshall has him behind 0-1. Pounds in this series against the Ducks, 2 for 7, has driven in 2 runs. He was 0 for 4 yesterday, however. In the 5-2 Long Island win, it was the Revs winning 5-2 the night before to set up the rubber match here today. Decidedly more offense in this one. Pounds quickly falls behind 0-2 to Marshall. Boggs leading the league in walks with 68. His teammate Pounds right behind him with 60, but he takes a called strike on the outer corner. That one was close, and Brian Pounds, who rarely has much of anything to say to an umpire, has a conversation walking away with Doug McFarling there, so it looked outside, and a reaction from Brian Pounds, not common for him, on a called third strike would tend to back that up. So Telvin Nash will bat with the bases empty and 2 gone here. Revs by 6 runs in the bottom of the 4th. And Nash takes low and away. He's out ahead of Marshall, 1-0. First time this inning a Revs batter has gotten ahead in the count against the right-hander. Set up inside, jamming Nash in on the hands, off the handle of the bat, ripped foul. Third base side near the Ducks bullpen. That'll even the count at 1-1. So Marshall hit his spot there with his catcher Marquez bouncing to the inside. Telvin Nash 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a flyout. He's 2 for 9 in this series with a homer and 2 RBI, and he bounces one. A nice Sunday hop. Fielded at third by Cody Puckett. Good throw across the diamond to get him. And the ground out to third caps a 1-2-3-4 for Ian Marshall of Long Island with a pair of strikeouts. Revs still lead at 9-3, however, as we go to the 5th on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
An invasive pest that's already killed millions of ash trees is bearing down on our communities. The emerald ash borer, or EAB, means certain death for every ash tree it infects. The good news is that you can protect your property's ash trees with help from Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our EAB prevention methods are effective, environmentally safe, and less costly than removing your dead tree, which is the only alternative to prevention. Learn more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Revolution!
Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have a huge final homestand planned, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food. So head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Use your gold card every time you shop, and you'll automatically receive your savings and rewards. And you'll get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Nell's, Saubles, Wetzel's, Chris's New Oxford, and Stauffer's Downingtown markets. So get into the game with some great savings at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Always a hit and always a great catch.
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
To the top of the 5th, it's a 9-3 York Revolution lead. Rommie Lewis back to work against the top of the Ducks order, Phelan Lentini, Delta Cleary Jr., and Mike Blank. Lentini struck out swinging in the first, singled and scored in the 3-run third for the Ducks. Takes low, 1-0 the count. Rommie with 5 punch-outs on the night in 4 innings. Hasn't walked anybody, and other than that hiccup in the third, there has not been much offense to speak of for the Ducks. High and away, and the count is 2-0. In the third, it was a 4-hit, 3-run inning, but Rommie stranded 2 in the second, struck out his first 2 batters he faced in the first, and struck out 2 in the fourth as well. So aside from the third, the Ducks haven't had much for him. A called strike, and the count is 2-1. 9-3 in the top of the 5th. Lentini leads off for Long Island. Lewis from the stretch, as is the routine for him, and it's grounded to third. The righty Lentini yanked it on the ground to Pounds, who waits on it, fields it, and throws him out at first by a step and a half. Delta Cleary Jr. now. Rommie got him swinging in the first. He doubled and drove in 2 runs in the third, as that was the ball that Nick Ferdinand lost in the lights, and it bounced on the warning track over his head, scoring a runner from first and second. The righty steps in and takes a called strike, 1 for 2 with a double with literal help from above. 0-1 is the count. And Rommie deals, reaching for it on the outside part of the plate, slaps it the other way into right field, knocked down there by Boggs. And Cleary will be held to a single. So just reaching for it with the end of the bat, and Cleary slaps it the other way and is 2 for 3. So a 1-out base runner for the Ducks. Runner at first, 1 gone, and a 9-3 Revolution lead. Mike Blank, the designated hitter. He is the other catcher on the Long Island Ducks roster. Alex Marquez is behind the plate tonight. Blank 0 for 2. He's grounded twice to Wilson Valdez at short. And Lewis misses low. 1-0 the count to the righty. Lewis takes a glance at the runner at first and then pumps it a called strike. 1-1 the count. Telvin Nash holding Delta Cleary on at first. And Rommie's 1-1. Called for a strike. 1-2. Blank 0 for 4 last night, now 1 for 9 in this series with a walk. He has not been much of a factor as each team going for the series win tonight. And on cue with the announcer jinx, 1-2 pitch ripped into the left field corner, a low liner. Blank into second, standing up with a double. And moving from first to third on the play is Delta Cleary. So 1-2 pitch, Rommie goes inside and low. Blank with good hands turns on it and rips a low liner past Pounds at third, rattling around in the left field corner. Ferdinand, a good job to get to it, prevented a run, and Cleary stops at third. Blank in with his second base hit of the series, the double. So now Elmer Reyes, who has killed the Revolution all week, is going to bat with a sac fly available. Runners at second and third with 1 out, and Rommie, first pitch swinging, swings at a high one and pops it weakly into right. Caught by Boggs. It's not going to be nearly deep enough to tag Cleary from third. And Elmer Reyes pops out. First pitch swinging. So the Revs will take that, fly out to right. Not nearly enough to get the run home. And for Reyes, I was mentioning, he's had a big series against the Revolution. 2 for 2 tonight with a single and an RBI triple in the third to the center field warning track. And that made him 6 for 10 in this series with a double, a triple, and 3 RBI. So he's crushed the Revs, but he goes after the first pitch, flies out, and it's not enough for the sacrifice. So in steps Cody Puckett, number 5 hitter and the Ducks third baseman, 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout, swing and a miss. And he's behind 0-1. Rommie with a 9-3 lead here in the top of the 5th, trying to keep it a laugher at Santander Stadium and strand runners at second and third. Ball 1 missing inside at the knees of Puckett. 1-1 the count. 2 gone in the visitor half of the 5th. Cleary at third after his single. Blank at second after his double. The 1-1. Missing low and away. 2-1 is the count. Elmer Reyes, probably in retrospect, not happy he swung at the first pitch at all, let alone likely ball 1. That was upstairs, and Lewis got him to pop out to shallow left, and Cleary didn't even try after a faux attempt a couple steps off third to test Boggs' arm from there. High and away on the 2-1, 3-1 is the count. With first base open, putting Puckett on here might not be the worst thing in the world, as it would set up They force at any base with the light-hitting Steve McQuail, who's at a $170 on deck. And the 3-1 pitch is indeed outside, so Puckett walks. Not a huge tragedy. But McQuail does have 6 home runs, but he's kind of an all-or-nothing guy, it would appear. Just a $173 in limited action for the Ducks. That average and McQuail's 6 home runs have come in just 40 games now for Long Island. He's at first base, batting 6th tonight. The righty stands in, bases loaded, 2 outs, and swing and a miss, chasing away. Lewis jumps out ahead, 0-1. So Rommie trying to strand the bases loaded here in a slugfest such as this, down 9-3 in the top of the 5th. The Ducks might not get a better opportunity to get back into this ball game as we inch closer to seeing the Revolution bullpen. 0-1 pitch misses away. 1-1 the count. This upcoming pitch will be Rommie's 80th, so odds are he'll come out for the 6th. But last night notwithstanding, the Revs bullpen has been pretty good as of late, so the Ducks might not get a better opportunity. Comebacker to the mound on a hop. Lewis knocks it down, picks it up, throws him out at first, and the Revs do indeed strand the bases loaded. So right back at Rommie Lewis, and walking a little gingerly as he comes off the mound. Not sure if he's totally sincere about that. Looks like he is playing to his teammates a little bit, but hopefully he's okay. A comebacker that he knocks down for a 1-3 ground out to leave him loaded. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Revs lead at 9-3. Back in a moment on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Maple Donuts knows that there comes a point in every kid's summer when the feeling of unfettered freedom begins to fold up faster than a picnic blanket at the first drop of an unexpected summer storm. Charlie and his Maple Donuts team understand that all too soon, lazy mornings on the sofa, splashing in the pool, and weeknight sleepovers will be replaced by bus stops, backpacks, and morning announcements. But Maple Donuts says there's a bright side to the first day of school, kids. Because when you stumble into the kitchen that first morning, chances are you'll be greeted by Mom, enjoying her cup of Maple Donuts' famous coffee and sitting next to a back-to-school tradition, a box of Maple Donuts. And somewhere buried in that box, hand-picked by Mom from Maple Donuts' 58 varieties, you may find that, yes, summer is over, but another school year may not be so bad after all. So for every kid coming to grips with going back to school, we say thanks, Mom. And thank you, Maple Donuts.
Maple Donuts taste right.
It's time again for York Mitsubishi's fall sales event featuring 0% financing for 72 months and a $500 rebate on all 2015 Outlander Sports and Lancers, or try the 2015 Mirage DE, the best price car in America today that gets up to 44 miles per gallon for only $11,995. And finally, the all-new 2016 Outlander 4-wheel drive with standard 7-passenger seating. All Outlanders, Outlander Sports, Lancers, and Mirages get our famous 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Stop by York Mitsubishi and see what we can do for you. Excludes Evo, Rallyart, and IMEV.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 5th inning, it's 9-3 York with Luis de la Cruz, Nick Ferdinand, and James Simmons. Bottom third of the Revs order. Due to bat here in the 5th, right-hander Ian Marshall back to work. Chasing the starter, which the Revolution greeted rudely tonight, Joe Bircher. First relief appearance as the long man out of the pen tonight. Grounded foul, third base side, dribbled by De La Cruz, and the count is 0-1. De La Cruz 0 for 2, struck out swinging and grounded to short in the 2nd and 3rd innings, and 0-1 pitch, drops it down the line and left, base hit. He pulled it and blooped it for a hit to lead off the home half, and for the Revolution, it's the 2nd time tonight they've put the leadoff man on, the other being the 11-batter, 6-run 2nd inning. Hopefully that's a good sign. Nick Ferdinand, already a good night and then some. On base both times with a pair of singles, drove in a run in the 2nd and scored in the 2nd and 3rd. Batting 8th in left field tonight for the Revs, and a called strike to Ferdinand, 0-1 the count. Nick Ferdinand and James Simmons tonight, a combined 4 for 4 with 4 runs scored, a double, and 3 RBI, with Simmons on deck. Anytime you're getting that out of your 8 and 9 batters, you're probably due for a good night. 0-1 pitch is popped foul first base side, weakly into the crowd, out of play. 0-2 is the count to Ferdinand. Out of the lineup yesterday, but 1 for 4 in the Revs win in the series opener on Monday against the Ducks. It'll be an 0-2. Held on at first is De La Cruz. And swinging and a miss. Ferdinand chasing it up high. Foul tip into the glove of Marquez. So Ferdinand down on strike. Still 2 for 3 tonight. James Simmons with a 2-run double in the second. Single and a run in the third is next. 1 on, 1 away, and a 9-3 Revolution lead here in the bottom of the fifth. They're out hitting the Ducks 11-8. Steve McQuail, the first baseman for the Ducks, will continue to hold on De La Cruz. Setting up inside is Marquez, and Marshall misses low and in. 1-0 the count to Simmons. Swinging a very hot bat of late is James Simmons. With 2 runs batted in tonight, the 2-run double in the second, Simmons has driven in 21 runs in his last 25 games. And the 1-0 pitch swung on and missed, chasing it high, and the count evens at 1-1 to the Revolution center fielder. Rounds out the York batting order for the 3rd time tonight. Runner at first, 1 out. Revs by a healthy 6 runs, and looking for more here in the bottom of the 5th. All 9 Rev runs tonight, courtesy of 2 out base hits. Inside at the knees, and 2-1 the count to Simmons now, so if they should find themselves with a 2-out base runner here in the 5th, we'll see if that trend continues. 9 consecutive runs coming off 2-out base hits. What are the chances that's a franchise record, Darryl? That's a pretty good streak, whether contained to 1 game or overall. I don't even know if you have that on the tip of your tongue. That's a tough one. 2-1 pitch swung on and missed. Simmons in a 2-2 count with Eric Patterson on deck at the top of the order. Marshall from the stretch with a man on. 2-2 offering on the way. Bloop toward right. Down for a hit. And Simmons is going to be safe at first as the second baseman, Carlos Hughes, had a chance to try to throw him out. Into no man's land just on the lip of right field, lip of the grass, and I think that will not be an infield hit. We'll call it just a hit, as it did just reach green, and Hughes, ranging over, played it on a hop and thought he still might have a chance to get Simmons 4-3. He does not, so Simmons drops in a hit. He's 3 for 3 tonight. De La Cruz down to second. Still 1 out, and now Eric Patterson at the top of the order. 2 for 3 tonight with a single, a double, 2 RBI, and 2 runs scored, and he goes right back at it. First pitch swinging, but lined foul first base side near the Revolution dugout. Off the netting in front of the Revs dugout, and the count is 0-1. So De La Cruz, a leadoff single. 2 left. James Simmons bloops 1 into right. And first and second for Patterson, the lefty. It'll be an 0-1. The righty Marshall deals. Breaking ball away, and Patterson tried to take it the other way to load the bases perhaps, but fouled back to the screen. The count 0-2. Oh, 0-2 pitch coming from Ian Marshall. Glances at his runners, neither being held to their bag. Low and inside, 1-2 the count to Patterson. 5 different Revs have driven in a run tonight. Patterson with 2, Valdez with 1, Perez with 1, Ferdinand with 1, and Simmons with 2. 2 runs scored on the Wilson Valdez single in the third, but the error allows 2 to score. No RBI on that play off the bat of Wilson. 2-2 pitch to Patterson, popped up behind the plate, out of play. We'll do it again at 2-2. De La Cruz at second, Simmons at first. Revolution already with 12 base hits here through 4 1/3 innings, and they lead it 9-3. With Lancaster's magic number to clinch a playoff spot at 1, meaning 1 Revolution loss or 1 Barnstormer win will do it. Still a good pick-me-up for this Rev squad to start a homestand by hopefully taking 2 of 3 from the playoff-bound Ducks, who clinched last night with their win here. And regardless, after a miserable 24-46 first half, the Revolution at 37-27 in the second half here. It's been a fun second half, no doubt. It'll be a 2-2 for Marshall, once again to Patterson, who fouled off another. The righty deals and swing and a fly ball down the line and left. It'll reach the top of the seating bowl there, and we'll do it for a 4th time at 2-2. Patterson in this series against the Ducks, 4 for 11 now, with 2 extra base hits, 2 walks, and 2 RBI. Good series for him, returning home here for the final homestand of the year. Somerset Patriots come in for 4 to wrap things up for 2015 tomorrow through Sunday. Swinging a drive, 2-2, lifted fairly deep into right, but room there for Lentini. In front of the warning track, he makes the catch. Patterson flies out. De La Cruz is able to tag from second and get to third, so runners will be on the corners with 2 out for Wilson Valdez. Every Revolution run has scored with 2 out here tonight. And Wilson with a base knock here, and De La Cruz at third could make it an even 10, all with 2 out. Simmons stays at first, a pair of singles for the Revs in this inning. So Valdez with the RBI double and a run in the second, and that 11-batter, 6-run second frame for York. First pitch swinging, he lifts it into shallow right, down for a hit. Here comes De La Cruz to make it 10-3. First to third on the play is Simmons. 2 bloop singles for the Revs into shallow right in this inning. Simmons down to third. De La Cruz led the inning with a single to left. And Wilson Valdez with his second RBI of the night. And his run-scoring single gives the Revs their largest lead. It's 10-3 in the bottom of the 5th. All 10 runs coming home off contact and with 2 out. And now Andres Perez with an opportunity to add to his Atlantic League leading 84 RBI. Runners at the corners, 2 gone, and the Revs' all-time hit leader takes a called strike. 1 for 3 tonight with a run-scoring single in the big second. Takes a called strike. He's behind 0-1. Andres Perez is going to win the Atlantic League RBI title. I'm calling it now with 4.5 games to go, as he lifts the 0-1 pitch foul out of play, right field side. He has 84. Chris Wallace of Sugar Land has 76. I think Perez is going to be able to hold that lead through the final 4 games of the season. And it'll be the second consecutive year a Rev has led the Atlantic League in RBI. Now, Perez won't equal last year, as Chad Tracy, Revs first baseman and the current manager of the Angels Class A affiliate in Burlington, Iowa, led the league with 97 RBI this year. So Perez won't get there, but he's going to lead the Atlantic League with at least 84. Perez, checking his swing, 0-2, was able to hold up, and 1-2 is the count. Valdez at first after the RBI single to right. Simmons at third after a single of his own. Revs down to their final strike in the bottom of the 5th, but they lead at 10-3. And a 1-2 pitch to Perez also popped up into right, but this one will hang up long enough for Lentini to come in, make the catch, and end the inning. So the Revolution strand 2, but they add another, and they lead at 10-3. Going to the top of the 6th. Darrell Henry back in a moment on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Broadway transmission? I don't know how they do it.
We've been in business for 60 years at the same location.
I don't know how they do it.
It's our long-term nationwide warranties.
Oh, and don't forget our online appointment scheduling.
I still don't know how they do it.
They toted my van at no cost with my repair.
It's our ATRA certified technicians. Don't forget the good-looking genius in the office.
Come on, man.
I know they helped me with financing. Still, with my bad credit, I don't know how they do it.
I did my research and felt comfortable that Broadway is a AAA approved specialty repair shop. I showed my AAA card and saved some hard-earned cash.
I was happy to get a $100 rebate in the mail after the job was done.
I sure don't know how they do it, but I do know they get it done, and they get it done right.
Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and back on the road fast. Check us out on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Do it for me. Do it for America.
Rich Eisen.
Looks like Mark Sanchez, this is his team now. And he dropped a 50-yard dime on Jeremy Macklin in his first pass attempt. And Jason Peters says he didn't know it was Sanchez back there. He didn't know that Foles went out. He turns around to celebrate with his quarterback and give him an attaboy. And it's Sanchez.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Thanks to Paul Braverman, we head to the sixth inning. Revs lead at 10-3. Anthony Vega swings and foul tips the first offering into De La Cruz's glove. No balls and a strike. Now the 0-1 and a breaking ball over for strike two. As Rommie was just fine and stays in. Beginning the inning at 80 pitches through 5. Here's the 0-2, and it misses down and outside. (10-3) the lead. The 1-2, and a breaking ball in tight. Vega has flied to left and struck out swinging. Rommie working out of bases loaded trouble in the fifth. The 2-2 swung on, grounded back to him. He spears it on one hop, lobs it over to first, and one away here in the top of the sixth. Now the Revs with 10 runs for the 9th time in a game this season. And much like we detailed with the big innings earlier tonight when they scored 6 in the second, it is the 9th time that they've scored 10 runs in a game, all since August 8th. So all in just over a month. And here's Marquez, who swings and tips a foul off his catching counterpart. De La Cruz wore that one. No balls, one strike. Marquez, a ground out to second, a fly out to left. The 0-1, and a missed up high, a fastball. (1-1), and a swing and a foul upstairs, first base side. Revs with 10 runs on 13 hits. Long Island 3 runs on 8 hits. Ducks have made 2 errors tonight. There's the 1-2, and that's inside. Glanced off De La Cruz's glove and rolls back. Revs scored 6 in the second, and then Long Island took advantage of a pair of fly balls lost in the sky to score 3 in the third, but after they got right back in it, the Revs reclaimed that 6-run lead, answering with 3 of their own. Pitch is bounced off the end of Rommie's glove, deflects to short. Valdez, the quick release, it's in time. 1-6-3 on the out. 2 down in the inning, and that's the third straight batter that has grounded one back to Rommie, who, even though he doesn't make that play himself, picks up another assist on it. And in that case, the deflection went in the right spot for the pitcher. I mentioned the Revs answering Long Island's 3 with 3 of their own, and then one more last inning for the 10-3 lead. Here's Carlos Hughes, who grounds one to third. Right there is Pounds. He'll set, makes the throw across, and the side is retired. A 1-2-3. Top of the 6th inning for Rommie, who playfully motions to the bullpen that they should sit for the night. He wants to keep going. The Revs had Pena up that inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's a 10-3 Revs lead.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Savory's Funnel Cakes have brought their delicious funnel cakes from the York Fair to Santander Stadium. Be sure to visit their stand on the third base concourse near the hop corner, as they offer both regular and pumpkin funnel cakes. Also, be sure to check out Savory's Funnel Cake Eating Challenge played between innings during York Revolution home games. They also offer event catering. Give Savory's a call at 717-271-3485. That's 717-271-3485. Savory's Funnel Cakes, York's delicious delicacy for all to enjoy.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 6th inning, a 10-3 lead for the Revs. Right-hander Mariel Checo is the new pitcher for Long Island. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Our first look at Checo. Appears in his 4th game, 3 innings, 3 runs thus far. Ready to go with Brandon Boggs leading things off. Checo spent 5 years in the Yankees system. Last year he was at the rookie level with the Royals, a New York City native. A 25-year-old righty. He's been as high as single A, 6'3" righty. And his first pitch to Boggs is swung on and missed. Boggs wastes no time going after the first one. Tonight he's 2 for 3, a double, a run scored, and an infield hit. The 0-1, and a ground ball foul, skidding off the front of the Revs dugout. No balls and 2 strikes. Rommie's still in the game. He's seated at the end of the York dugout with the warm-up jacket on. The 0-2, and a high pop-up at shortstop. Elmer Reyes eyeing it up. He'll tiptoe back onto the edge of the grass and puts it away. 1 up, 1 down. Our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Lancaster trails Southern Maryland 4-2 in the 6th. Here's Brian Pounds, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. First offering, a fastball. It's a strike on the outside corner. 7 of the 9 starters have hits tonight. Pounds and Nash still need one. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball away at 94. He may have helped Checo on that swing. Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him down and away. And Checo retires his first 2 batters faced. Ian Marshall in relief after Bircher, the starter, went just an inning and 2/3. Marshall went 3 1/3. Gave up 4 runs, 2 earned. Here's Talvin Nash, who's 0 for 3 tonight. First pitch, a swing and a miss on a high fastball. Out of the stretch, the 0-1, swinging a foul straight up over the roof. Nash strikeout, fly out, ground out tonight. Set, and the 0-2, and missed down low. (10-3) the lead. Here in the bottom of the 6th. It's also the second time in 4 games they've scored 10 or more. The fastball away. Nash starts and stops, checking his swing. 2 balls and 2 strikes as he yet again makes the pitcher go deep in the count against him. Now the 2-2. Swung on and a towering pop-up. He flips his bat up in disgust, but he may still be batting. He will be. It made it back into the stands. Marquez had a late turnaround on it. It ended up behind the screen anyway. But had it not, it would have been trouble for somebody. He wasn't sure where it was at first, and it was skyscraping. Nash figured he was out and flipped his bat up unhappily. Still alive at 2-2. Now Checo ready. And deals. And a swing and a miss. Got him on a fastball down. And works the 1-2-3 inning with a pair of Ks. We'll go to the 7th inning tonight. Rommie jogging back to the mound. He and the Revs lead it 10-3.
Get ready for winter now and save big on your heating oil or propane costs. Call today to schedule your first fill, and don't forget to ask our energy advisors about the right money-saving plan or budget to fit your lifestyle. Lock in your rate and protect your price all winter. Our price-protected customers save an average of $325 per year. Visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-4SHIPLEY, and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy, energy for life.
High school football is on Sports Radio 1350 this fall. Tune in every Friday night for the WOYK High School Football Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Your kids, your teams.
Henry has it, turns the corner, he's inside the 5, he's at the goal line, he's into the end zone. Andrew Henry, 7-yard touchdown run, would not be denied.
It's local sports from local people on York's only local sports station. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Come on!
Colin Cowherd.
Here's Chip Kelly talking about Tim Tebow once he released him.
I didn't feel like he was good enough to be the 3 right now.
He didn't say backup that just gets in. They're not good enough to be the 3rd-string quarterback. And here's the thing. You can have him on the roster. You can't have him right behind Sam Bradford, who would pull a hammy yawning.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 7th, 10-3. The Revs lead it. Top of the order for Long Island. Phelan Lentini up first. First pitch from Rommie, grounded to third, pounds backs up, plays the hop, guns it across, and gets him. 1 up, 1 down here in the 7th. And a 1 pitch out to begin the inning. Lentini 1 for 4 on the night, grounds to third for the 2nd straight time. Pounds has been excellent at third, and one of the things that he's done just a superb job of is reading the ball off the bat. Here's Delta Cleary Jr., and Rommie misses just inside. He wanted it. You very rarely see a bounce surprise Pounds at third base. His initial reads off the bat have been excellent. There's a fastball just a hair low. And Rommie, a little stare in on that one, too. 2-0 on Cleary, who's 2 for 3 with a 2-run double. Pitch, and he chops one high off the dirt to short. Valdez gets rid of it, and in time at first base. On the high 2-hopper to shortstop. Valdez knew he couldn't take too long with it with Cleary running. Got it across in plenty of time. 2 down in the 7th. And Mike Blank to the plate. Revs lead it 10-3. First pitch, right down the middle, a called strike. That was Rommie's 96th pitch of the night. The 0-1, and a foul tip, smacked the backstop, ricocheted up, caught the top of the netting, and deflected down to the grass. You could hear that smack the concrete behind home plate. No balls, 2 strikes. And Rommie ready. And delivers. And a foul tip. Straight to the backstop again. Mike Blank, 1 for 3 with a double. He made it 2nd and 3rd with only 1 out in the 5th, but Rommie left him loaded that inning. Had 3 groundouts in the 6th inning. Has gotten the first 2 now here in the 7th inning. Another 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. A changeup down. De La Cruz trapped it and applies the tag. His 6th strikeout of the night. It's a 1-2-3 7th inning. Stretch time here at Santander Stadium. It's the Revs 10 and the Ducks 3.
Nobody can turn your backyard into a backyard paradise better than Paradise Landscaping and Hardscaping. The outdoor pros at Paradise offer full outdoor maintenance, landscaping, hardscape design and installation. And when it comes to fall planting, mulching, and cleaning up fallen leaves, you're in luck, Revs fans. Call before September 1st to schedule your fall cleanup and clean up with 10% off. Estimates are free, fully insured. Call 577-6234 or check them out on Facebook. Paradise Landscaping and Hardscaping in York.
WellSpan has helped many professional, student, and recreational athletes stay at the top of their game. And they can do the same for you. Our winning team offers everything from concussion management and sports nutrition to physical therapy and more. For more information, call 877-482-5420 or visit wellspan.org/sportsmedicine.
Get into the ball game with great savings and great weekly specials at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Use your gold card every time you shop and you'll automatically receive your savings and rewards. And you'll get incredible deals on the new Best Yet brand products at Nell's, Saubles, Wetzel's, Chris's New Oxford, and Stauffer's Downingtown markets. So get into the game with some great savings at all your favorite neighborhood family markets. Always a hit and always a great catch.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
(10-3) the lead for the Revs. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. And Luis De La Cruz will open things. Ariel Checo stays on for Long Island after a 1-2-3 6th with 2 strikeouts. First pitch is swung on and missed, a fastball away. 10 runs, 13 hits, no errors for the offense. 3-8-2 for Long Island. The 0-1, and a swing and a foul tip squeezed. De La Cruz tonight, 1 for 3, singled and scored in the 5th. The 0-2, and it missed outside, way off the plate. Revs will host the Patriots beginning tomorrow night. A 1-2, and a swing and a pop foul, back and out of play. Tomorrow night at 6:30, Frank Gailey scheduled to make that start. Pitch, swing and a miss. Got him on a slider. And Checo has retired all 4, each of the last 3 on strikeouts. Friday night at 6:30, it's Girls Night Out presented by the YWCA. Tickets on sale, YorkRevolution.com, 717-801-HITS, and at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office. Have the post-game Egg Diamond Scramble. Neat twist to that as Nick Ferdinand takes a slider for a strike. After the game, the outfield will be littered with plastic eggs. Each will contain a prize, but one and only one will have a 1/3 carat diamond as Ferdinand pops this one back foul and out of play. That diamond valued at $900, provided by the watchmaker's daughter. 14 other gemstones will be available as prizes. The paint party craze is coming. You can paint your custom wine glass Friday night. The 0-2 and a fastball just outside. 1-2. Just missed in. You can get the entire package for Girls Night Out for just $30. A Revs women's t-shirt, the ticket, admissions to the wine glass painting, 2 wine glasses, and a drink voucher on Friday night as Ferdinand foul tips one off the catcher's mitt. Our annual Girls Night Out event this Friday. If you want to get in on that deal, contact Kelsey Lehigh in the Revs front office, 801-4477. Here's a swing and a miss on a high fastball. And Checo has now struck out 4 in a row. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Saturday night, High School Spirit Night, presented by Game Time PA. Post-game fireworks, presented by Jack Gimbalvo Motor Company. Our final Saturday night home game of the regular season. And then Sunday, of course, Redland Little League Day with game time at 2 p.m. Ball loose from the Long Island bullpen interrupts things as James Simmons gets ready to dig in. 3 for 3 with a double, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. It's had a huge night. First pitch, breaking ball, hooks in for a strike. Checo's feeling it. Starts off Simmons with a hook and gets it over. The 0-1 swung on and hit high in the air toward the corner and right. Lentini on the move and cannot make the play. It carried deep into the corner. It's kind of hidden from our vantage point down there, but Simmons still alive. No balls, 2 strikes. The stretch and the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a high fastball, and Checo has struck out 5 in a row. He's retired all 6. His first one was on a pop-up, and he has struck out all 5 since. We'll go to the 8th tonight. Revs lead the Ducks 10-3.
Providing quality services efficiently and in a timely manner to its clients is the mission of the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins. GSLSC is equipped to handle any real estate transactions, leases, residential and commercial real estate settlements, zoning issues, and all matters involving municipalities. They are also experienced in the formation and operation of family real estate ventures that are tax sensitive to the needs of the investors. Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins is an approved title insurance agency and can provide you with title insurance and legal representation at one low cost when buying a home or investment property. Don't risk any real estate settlement without an experienced real estate attorney from the law firm of Griffith, Strickler, Lerman, Salamis & Calkins at your side. Phone 717-757-7602. They've been handling residential and commercial real estate matters in South Central Pennsylvania for more than 50 years. With mortgage interest rates at an all-time low, now is the time to buy or refinance. Phone 717-757-7602 today or visit their website, gslsc.com.
Waking up with the Zabe.
The Steve Zabin Show.
And I know I can already hear you screaming at your radio. You don't even have a real job, Zabin. You just sit in front of the microphone and flap your cake hole around. I understand that. I'm not upset to be back today. I need to get back. I need to get back on the horse and get back riding again. I'm just saying it's going to take me a segment or two to get up to speed. Join me, Steve Zabin, mornings at 6 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Top of the 8th, and Rommie begins it by pumping a fastball past Elmer Reyes. It's no balls and a strike. Rommie's gone 7. for the 4th time in his last 5 starts and 2nd straight. Middle third of the order here. Now the 0-1 and a breaking ball, chop foul off the front of the Ducks dugout. Now Rommie can tell by his body language out there he wants to go deep in this game tonight. Might be his final start of the regular season. Well, he's ready. The 0-2, and he misses high and away. He's up around 100 pitches, just over that mark. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a bounce foul over to Puckett on deck. Really got in on Reyes there, who tonight is 2 for 3 with an RBI triple in the 3rd that was lost in the sky. Rommie again, back to the plate, and he misses high. It pops in and out of De La Cruz's glove. 2-2. Pitch missed outside, a changeup. Rommie came into this game 5th in the league in innings. A payoff pitch, swung on and cranked foul. A line drive over the seats at the end of the 3rd base side. He's gone at least 7 for the 8th time this season. Another full count offering and a pop fly toward that side again, and it will make it to the stands. Pounds and Ferdinand gave it a look. And it comes bouncing down the steps toward the seats right behind Long Island's bullpen. Reyes battling him. And he'll try it again. And a foul back over the roof. 4th 2-strike foul. And we'll have the 10th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And here it is. And a breaking ball. Oh, grounded towards second. And Patterson was fooled on it. And it goes into right. Not sure what happened there. And now the throw from Boggs is over Patterson. Rommie cuts it off in the infield. It was hit sharply, but Patterson started toward his right, toward the middle. And then it ended up being over to his left. Something happened there that completely fooled him. And Reyes will end up with a leadoff base hit. His 3rd hit of the night, and the 2nd time tonight that he's benefited on a misjudgment by the Revs in the field. Here's Cody Puckett, who takes wide for ball 1. Puckett a fly out, a strikeout, and a walk in that order. There's the 1-0. And a swing and a fly ball, left center. Ferdinand coming over. And Simmons will take charge. Simmons calls and catches it in left center field, 1 away. Puckett hit it off the end of the bat. The Ducks, after the game tonight, will be heading to Lancaster. They'll be over there for the final 4 regular season, and hopefully they can provide the Revs some serious help. Bottom of the 7th tonight, Lancaster trails Southern Maryland now 5-2 on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. Here's Steve McQuail, who swings and misses on a changeup. the K-man tonight. He's 1 for 3 with a single and 2 groundouts. There's the 0-1, and it missed a little bit low. Revs have Tony Pena playing catch in the bullpen again. A 1-1 swing and a miss on a slider down. McQuail, who's got 6 homers, he hit like 5 in his first week with Long Island. 5 in his first 5 starts, in fact. Was on a tear when we saw him in July when he had first gotten there. The 1-2, and it misses down in the dirt. De La Cruz blocking. But entering play tonight, hitting just 168. He's got 1 hit and 3 at-bats in this one. He had been inactive until earlier today. They activated him for today's game and deactivated last night's starter, Bruce Kern. 1 on, 1 out. Here's the stretch from Rommie. The 2-2. Swing and a miss! He struck him out. And now breadsticks to boot here on top of this big lead tonight. Got him on the fastball high and away, and McQuail chased it. Rommie with his 7th strikeout. He's 1 shy of tying his season high, which he set in his last start. And he will try to finish 8 innings here. The Revs leading 10-3. Anthony Vega, the hitter, lefty against lefty. First pitch is swung on and missed. A breaking ball to begin things. Vega fly out, a strikeout, and a ground out. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. On a slider. Rommie's been feeling it late in his outing. And trying to finish 8 innings here. He's set. And the 0-2 just missed a little bit high. Had the balls not been lost in the sky in the 3rd inning, he may not have given up any to this point. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss! He struck him out. Rommie Lewis got him to chase up high. He ties his season high in strikeouts with 8. A season best that he had just set in his previous start. And he goes 8 innings again for the 2nd time in his last 4 outings. After the leadoff single, he sets down the next 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th tonight. Revs lead it 10-3.
Neither do we. We're open weekdays 8 to 8 and weekends 9 to 6. Just walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics, 2319 South George Street in York, across from the Apple Hill Health Campus. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today.
It's going to be another epic year in high school football, and Sports Radio 1350 is ready for kickoff. Tune in every Friday night this fall for the high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Plus, go to WOIK1350.com for a full breakdown of the teams and the players of the 2015 York Adams League. The high school football game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Catch the action every Friday night on Sports Radio 1350, online at WOIK1350.com, or download the WOIK mobile app.
We're everywhere. Listen on the go with the WOIK mobile apps. Download today at WOIK1350.com.
Summer is about taking time for what really matters. Spending time with the family, enjoying nature's beauty, having a healthy lawn you can be proud of, plus the time to enjoy it. With Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, you get world-class environmentally responsible lawn care from a hometown team. The result is a vibrant, beautiful lawn that turns heads and boosts curb appeal. Visit us at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
This is Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Revs a 10-3 lead. Left-hander Pat Kreider is the new pitcher for Long Island. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Eric Patterson will lead it off at the top of the order. 2 for 4 tonight, a double, 2 ribbies, 2 runs scored. First pitch is down and away. It's a 10-3. Looks like Rommie's finished. He's got the jersey untucked. If not for those balls lost in the sky in the third, it might be 10-0. That's how well he pitched tonight. Here's a bounce foul that Valdez bunts down in the on-deck area. The bat boy wanted him to give him the ball to flip to the stands, and Valdez pretended like he was going to throw it at him, like, I got this. I want to make the friend in the stands. There's a foul back into the crowd, 1-2. Pitch. Breaking balls, swing and a miss. Then Kreider gets Patterson on strikes, and after Checo struck out the final 5 he faced, that is 6 straight hitters struck out by the Ducks bullpen. 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Wilson Valdez due to bat. Lou Ford, rather than Kevin Baez, comes out to the mound and takes the ball from Kreider. That'll bring a right-hander in to face Valdez, and Lou Ford all chuckles out there as Baez sends him out to make the move. He got a kick out of that. It looked like Kreider was laughing coming off as well. They have a lot of guys that they need to get work. Now a pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Frank DeJulio Jr. takes over. And while he gets ready, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on Revolution Radio.
First in York, first in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Now 1 down in the bottom of the 8th inning. Revs lead at 10-3. We were mentioning Sunday's game at 2 p.m. Redland Little League Day. And there's a lot going on that day. First of all, fans purchasing online can take $2 off each ticket by checking out with the promo code RLWS 2015. That stands for Redland World Series 2015, RLWS 2015. A portion of all ticket proceeds will be donated to Redland Little League, in addition to the proceeds from the jersey auction, and those have arrived today. Check out our Twitter feed at York Revolution. Frank Gailey was modeling those, and they look fantastic, and they could be yours on Sunday. The jersey auction. It's also Recovery Day on Sunday. The Brooks Robinson Plaza will have all kinds of free family fun to start off the last day of the regular season. Different vendors for giveaways in the spirit of recovery. And special picnic tickets are available in advance. Contact Kaylee Swanson at 801-4498. DeJulio is ready, the right-hander to face Valdez. First pitch is over for a strike. Valdez enjoying a 2-for-4 night with a double and 2 runs batted in. The 0-1. And a swing and a foul out of play, first base side. Also on Sunday, pregame autographs begin at 1:05. Catch on the field has been canceled for the day to accommodate the on-field activities of the Redland Little League celebration. We'll be honoring the team on the field pregame. Definitely looking forward to that. It'll be very neat. The 0-2 and a slider, strike 3 called. Valdez down looking, and that makes 7 in a row. Struck out by Long Island pitchers. Valdez, a couple words, heading back to the dugout. And Andres Perez coming up. 13th strikeout of the night overall by the Ducks. Well, don't miss out on the final 4 regular season games. Tickets on sale, YorkRevolution.com, 717-801-HITS, and at the Apple Chevrolet ticket office. Here's Perez. He takes upstairs. Dre tonight, 1 for 4. RBI single in the second inning. His league-leading 84th run driven in. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Like a cutter from DeJulio. Comes in 3-1 with an ERA of 3 for the season out of their bullpen. The 1-1 swung on, grounded foul past Polo at third. York Mitsubishi out of town scoreboard. Lancaster's gotten 1 run back. It's 5-3 in the 8th inning. Southern Maryland leading. And DeJulio delivers. And a swing and a liner right field. Lentini is there. And he'll make the catch to end the inning. Perez hit it on a line, but right at him. And finally, a Revs batter puts the ball in play, ending the streak of 7 straight strikeouts. Despite that, a big night for the offense. A big night for Rommie Lewis, who's 3 outs away from his 10th win. Tony Pena is coming in as we head to the 9th. Revs lead it 10-3.
When she looks up and says, "Dad, I'm playing field hockey," try not to show fear. She's quite capable of joining that fury of females churning down field, sticks in hand, ready to conquer and crush the opposition. In fact, in her mind, she's been ready to play. But you won't be ready until you take her to Flying Feet Sports Shoes. Flying Feet. Flying Feet is the one place that makes sense of all the sports your kids are into, especially field hockey footwear. No, it's not just sneakers, Dad. She'll need shin guards and socks, and don't forget hockey balls, stick bags, grip tape, and hockey sticks from Dita and Gray's Cranberry. Flying Feet covers every player, every size, every ability, even goalie sticks. Dad, you're about to get an education on the art of fierce female competitive instinct, but Flying Feet can help you navigate that treacherous turf. They've been outfitting field hockey players and entire teams since your wife played back in '83. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 11 of I-83.
Revolution!
Sure, you're counting down to kickoff, but there's plenty of baseball left this summer. The York Revolution have a huge final homestand planned, and it's easy for you to be there with the September 6-pack. 6 tickets for any remaining game at Santander Stadium this season, 2 parking passes, and a free $10 food card for ballpark treats. A savings of 25% over box office prices, plus $10 in free food. So head to YorkRevolution.com to purchase your September 6-pack. As Yogi Berra would say, baseball season ain't over till it's over.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Tony Pena takes over. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts as we head to the 9th inning. 10-3, the Revs lead it. We're waiting on a Long Island first base coach. As Alex Marquez will lead off the inning. I know this is really a big deal with 7-run game. Make sure we get that first base coach down there. That'll delay Pena, who walks behind the mound looking to refocus. Marquez digs in. He's 0 for 3 on the night. Pena's first pitch is over for a strike. Pena got a hold in the win on Monday night. That was a 1-run game in the 8th when he came in. It was the 0-1. And a ground ball towards second. Patterson right there near the middle. He'll glove it. Throws to first. And there's one away here in the 9th. Revs looking to win for the 10th time in the last 14. 9th in the last 12. Fourth in the last 5. Here's Carlos Hughes, who is 1 for 3 tonight with a single and a run. The switch hitter will now bat from the left. First pitch from Pena is low. Revs quiet offensively after the 5th, but still a big night on that side of it. Here's a swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Pounds heading over and out of room. It lands a couple of rows back. Revs also looking to win for the 6th time in their last 7 home games. Pena to the belt, and the 1-1 fastball in tight. Like we said, Rommie very easily could have been 8 innings, no runs. He goes 8 innings, gives up 3 on 9 hits. Excuse me. Here's a ground ball foul, first base side. Down against the tarp, 2-2. I'll have to try to remember the Clareton tomorrow night. Rommie with just 1 walk and a season high tying 8 strikeouts. Tying a season high that he set in his last start. He threw 120 pitches, 83 for strikes, just 37 balls. 2-2, and a ground ball right side, backhanded by Nash. He'll take it himself and got to the bag just ahead of Hughes, who can scoot. Nash got the foot on just before his arrival. And Tony Pena with 2 up, 2 down on ground balls here in the 9th. The Revs an out away from finishing off an impressive victory tonight. The 120 pitches for Rommie, his season high. 83 strikes might be a season high for any starter. Here's Lentini, and he takes a little bit wide. 1 for 4 on the night, singled and scored in the 3rd. Last time Rommie came within a whisker of that many pitches was June 2nd. There's a fastball for a strike, 1-1. He's had several, actually it's his 6th straight game at 100 or more, and 8th in the last 9, but it's his most since June 2nd, most overall this year. Here's a chopper to short, high hop, Valdez charges, fires, game over! He makes the play, charging in, and throws out Lentini, and the Revs take 2 out of 3 from the Ducks and win this series. Final score tonight, York 10, Long Island 3. Another big night for perhaps the league's most potent offense currently. And Rommie Lewis, on a night in which they scored 10, he earns win number 10 of the season, leading the staff and in the top 5 in the league in that department. As the Revs win their 10th in the last 14, 9th in the last 12, 4th in the last 5, 6th in the last 7 at home, and take 2 out of 3 from Long Island, still alive for the moment. And once again, they tie a season high at 11 games over 500, 38 and 27. And a solid 10-3 victory here tonight. A big second inning rally, and they led ever since. Long Island cut it in half, taking advantage of a couple of miscues in the third, but the Revs answered right away and held them off, and in fact held them scoreless the rest of the night. Rommie Lewis, 8 innings for his 10th win of the year. He was tremendous, especially late in the game. And Tony Pena with 3 ground ball outs to close it out with a scoreless 9th inning. Final score tonight, it's the Revs 10, the Ducks 3. York takes 2 out of 3 in the series, and just 1 regular season series remains, with the Patriots coming to town beginning tomorrow night. Stay tuned, post-game show follows next.